This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Off and running.
Hi.
All right.
Buddy.
I guess rape is a hot topic.
Wow, that's a strange thing to jump right into.
Rape is a hot topic.
Yeah?
Can't say that word.
You really...
Add it to the list.
It's become the R word, but not the R word for mentally challenged.
Sure.
We're getting some double letter words here. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that now.
People must be pissed.
Is it the R-A word now?
It's the rape word.
Instead of the R-E word?
You can't say stuff like, oh, man, I got raped.
What if you R-A and R-E?
Huh?
No?
I don't know. The R word that rhymes with nape.
Yes.
Let's start doing it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Rape has, it's always been used as kind of a, not just literal. There's a figurative thing like, oh, they raped the land, let's say.
Well, that's what I'm getting at here.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to say that anymore.
What?
The T-Mobile CEO. There's two rape stories. I know there's so much to do, but there's two rape stories.
Yeah?
You got the T-Mobile CEO, John Legere. Is that how you say his name?
Legere.
Apologizes. There's the apology thing again, which we're kind of we're trying to downplay that. But we're not going to go 10 days without an apology.
No, never.
After comparing competitors to rapists. You can't say that. T-Mobile CEO John Legere received backlash on the internet after he likened his company's competitors to rapists during a press event Wednesday.
No, he didn't. It's not likening them to rapists.
Thank you. It's absolutely. He used it differently.
Right.
That was inappropriate when he said that they competitors sneak into your house with a pipe and sodomize your family.
All right.
He say that? That's not what my competitors
He
do.
never said rape then.
No, but he said AT&T will hold your wife down and make you watch while they fuck her deep. I thought that was just wrong.
I think John Legere should sue for that line.
Sue.
Comparing his competitors to rapists. Legere is known for his profanity and brash personality, but critics say he crossed the line when he slammed AT&T and Verizon during the press conference, revealing that the company will let people test drive its data network for free on the iPhone 5S. Legere took the opportunity to controversially say that other companies don't have customers' best interests in mind. Here's the line that got him in trouble.
All right, here it comes. Hold on.
These high and mighty duopolists that are raping you for every penny you have.
I want to apologize to anyone that was offended by that, hearing that statement. We should have put out a warning before you read that.
And how many rapists take your pennies?
Yes.
And then they blank hate you, so I'm assuming the word is fucking hate you.
Right.
They fucking hate you, said Legere. Social media users let T-Mobile know that they didn't appreciate Legere's rape comparison.
It's not a rape comparison. The word rape doesn't necessarily mean a sexual assault. Look it up.
We all know that.
Yes.
We all know that. He didn't compare his competitors to rapists themselves. God. T-Mobile spokeswoman Talina Thorburn declined to comment on the statement, but Legere took to Twitter to apologize for his comments Thursday. I know I have an R-rated vocabulary, but even I could go too far. Sincere apologies to anyone offended last night. But he had to apologize.
He didn't mean that apology, by the way.
No, we've all heard the word rape used in that way.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's fine. It's okay to say that.
Apparently not.
God.
I think he's meant too far to compare them to pedophiles. When he said that, those other competitors will get your phone into the car and molest it. They'll offer you lower prices, and then when you come in, they're gonna molest your mouth and backside. That was too much.
God.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. And then you had the daytime Emmys. Red carpet host deemed appalling for rape joke.
Oh, boy.
I guess there was some hunky hunk. Soap opera star on the red carpet. I think.
Yeah?
Because I don't watch this shit.
Oh, boy.
That means you watch it every time it's on! Thick and gay. The daytime Emmys red carpet correspondents caused quite a stir among viewers Sunday night with their ignorant and downright offensive comments. Brittany, Lauren, Jessica, and Megan, I don't feel like saying their last names. I don't even know who these people are. Were selected by the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences for being millennials between the ages of 18 and 35, all ethnicities who have a strong entertainment news background and or very strong media following. As the soap opera network previously reported. What does that mean? They just picked these people because they're good with Twitter? Is that what happened?
Yeah, like one's a Vine celebrity, one's a YouTube celebrity.
Ooh. And what else?
I don't know what they're all internet celebrities.
Oh,
and they're millennials.
Nice. So they were picked to do the red carpet?
Yeah.
While the ladies may have a strong social media presence, their remarks concerning race and rape showed just how oblivious they were to not only entertainment news, but basic social etiquette.
How they fit in on this program.
That's right.
Exactly. I would almost watch the daytime Emmys if I knew this shit was going on.
Who cares about the daytime Emmys?
Instead of the bland, who gives a fuck questions, what are you wearing, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Furlan literally came onto and hard. This doesn't even read properly. Furlan in parentheses literally came onto and hard every male, in attendance to a degree that makes. Whatever. Okay. He added that Harlow called the bold and the beautiful star Lawrence St. Victor a beautiful chocolate man before asking him what it's like to be a black man on a soap opera these days.
I don't know if that's appropriate, guys.
That's so terrible. What's actually wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Honestly.
There's BET. They celebrate blackness.
Yes.
So you can't say that?
You can't even say that.
Did you see the clip, though? She actually, what happens when he walked up, she went, so what's it like to be a black man? And they felt that her
She
spitting.
checked his teeth first.
And she shouldn't have spit her gum on the floor like that before she asked him.
Maybe that was rude.
Yeah, it's too much.
And here's what got him in trouble.
Oh, boy.
Furlan, I don't know who Furlan is. Brittany Furlan. Finally stuck her foot in her mouth again when she told General Hospital actor Ryan Pavey, I guess, I don't know, Pavey, whatever. We're going to get you away from us before we rape you.
There you go. Look out.
Girls are allowed to say that.
Yes,
They've been saying that forever.
She's talking about cell phone prices anyway.
Yes.
I think that's okay as well.
Of course it is.
The first one definitely okay. This one I think is okay. Oh, you got the actual clip?
Ooh.
Fuck. I stumbled through that reading and we had a fucking video? What's wrong with you, Sam?
We're going to talk to you backstage later, too. What are you most excited for tonight besides us backstage later?
Backstage conversation. I'm excited to root for my teammates. I'm Team GH tonight, so while I'm not nominated, I am going to be here. I'm going to be that boisterous, loud guy where they're just like,
no, they're going to be like, cut to that really good-looking guy again. One more time. One more time.
That's why they keep inviting you back, even if you're not nominated. They need you here.
Listen to these whores.
I want to go to your general hospital.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know
I play a detective.
Oh.
Whoops.
Mysterious.
That's something you need to investigate.
Yeah. I don't have like a stethoscope or anything, but I do have handcuffs.
Okay. Well, where is this interview going?
This is
why I stay in the middle.
If she wasn't here, you don't know what would happen.
No, actually, we shot a scene the other day where I had 2 sets of handcuffs. So.
Oh,
okay.
God. Okay.
I don't even want to know.
We're going to get you away from us before we rape you. Okay, so nice to meet you. You're
nice meeting you. Have fun tonight.
Later.
I was offended by the rest of the interview, actually. They're terrible.
Yeah, but they're just fucking goofballs from the internet.
Yeah. Fun.
I didn't mind that. Who cares?
No,
Why
who
is that a
cares?
story today?
They were making these sexual innuendos,
Of course.
I think.
They were going back
I wasn't
and forth.
sure. I think it was sexual innuendos.
I think they wanted their pussies examined.
Yeah.
Yes, they wanted him to
cuffed.
investigate.
I think exactly.
Yes.
I was going to really just...
They want to be cuffed.
Yes,
Handcuffed.
cuffed.
Why is that a story today? I don't know.
Because they said the word rape.
So what?
You go, oh, rape. It's a dirty word now. It's one of those words. You can't fucking use it.
Women are saying the word?
Yeah.
That should be okay.
Rape is the word, Have you heard?
I've never... never mind.
Uh-oh.
That's a
Did
woman.
you come close?
That's a woman's word.
Is it?
Yes. Have you ever been offended by hearing someone say, hey, I'm going to rape you.
Oof. One time in lockup.
Or Scott said at contract time.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean by, we've been raped over and over again by SiriusXM. I think it's okay to say it in that way. Exactly.
Shit.
God, it's nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Just two silly broads, doing the red carpet. Who cares?
Very silly. What are they famous for on the internet? Just kind of, do they have little shows?
Instagram,
Vines, things
whatever.
like that?
Oh, they're not soap girls?
No.
Like Jenna Marbles?
Yes.
Are they like Jenna Marbles?
She's still doing videos?
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
Jenna. She's funny.
Still?
No, she's not really funny, but she's hot.
Right.
I saw her in Ridiculousness. I guess they were running out of guests on Ridiculous.
What is that?
They never had guests on Ridiculousness.
Well, they do have guests. They have like...
No, I mean they
people
never
who come-
had guests.
Yeah?
They're just people.
They're just people.
They're just
like
kind of his friends.
Low-rate rap guys.
Right.
Like Jackass guys. I think they've had everyone from Jackass on.
They don't really get...
And it's the same videos you see on Tosh, but they're not presented funny. They're just kind of presented...
in a ridiculous way.
And ridiculous, hence the name of the show, I gather.
Unbelievable.
So rape is now off the table.
Yeah.
Can't use it anymore unless it's actual rape, and you must use it with reverence and respect and all due. Yeah.
Well, that's just the warm-up to the Gary Oldman thing.
Oh.
Good old Gary Oldman is speaking his mind.
We had Gary Oldman on the show, and
was awesome.
he was fucking great.
We loved him.
What a surprise that was. I expected a English actor to come in and maybe be a little stuffy.
Right.
And because he's such a good actor.
Right.
He came in here and was hilarious. He was a lot of fun, very open.
So what's the problem with Gary Oldman?
I don't know. Apparently, he's...
The Daily News saying he should have stuck to a script.
Yeah, the Hollywood liberal bullshit PC script.
Does the Daily News understand what they print on a regular basis, and they're outraged by what Gary Oldman has to say?
The biggest hypocrites.
Are you
the Daily
kidding
News.
me?
Yeah.
It says, fuck Ape Man.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
When you put all those fucking things together.
Is that supposed to be like Oldman, but Ape Man?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Because he's in Planet of the Apes? Isn't he in Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Oh, it's a clever tie-in. Well written.
Oh.
So what's going on?
Well done.
What is he saying?
Oh, boy. Well, he's sick and tired of all this PC bullshit.
Right.
He's sick and tired of the fact that some people, based on their political ideology, can get away with saying certain things,
right,
while other people of other political ideologies cannot.
Right.
Look at Jon Stewart. People like Jon Stewart, and he can get up on his little soapbox and make jokes about gays, lesbians, racial jokes, and everyone laughs and laughs and laughs.
Right.
But the same joke spouted out by the likes of Mel Gibson or Gary Oldman or anyone else that maybe isn't as liberal I think, gets chastised.
I think it's in the presentation, though.
Thank you.
I think it's in the presentation.
What do you mean?
Mel Gibson was fucking turning blue. He was screaming so loud.
Well, he wanted
the
blowjob first, and then the jacuzzi.
I think when Jon Stewart makes his jokes and goes edgy, he doesn't turn blue when he's doing it.
Well, Mel Gibson is an anomaly in that situation. But if you just take somebody that's known for more conservative or Republican views, they get pounded just from even Alec Baldwin, who isn't conservative. He's become the scourge for saying fag out on the street, calling paparazzi guy a fag.
But another guy that's has
a little
his
volatile.
Presentation, he turns a nice red color when he's
a little volatile. Yeah,
right, yeah.
A few veins popping.
Right, but I think Gary Oldman makes some fine points here.
He does.
Let's see. The dawn of the Planet of the Apes star exposed himself as another Hollywood blowhard.
Blowhard?
When he offered a profanity-laced defense of scandal-scarred actors Mel Gibson and Alec Baldwin.
It's just amazing. They automatically condemn him. Just because what he's saying makes sense, though. Bill Maher, he's another one. On his show, he could say whatever the fuck he wants about any group And he's impervious to criticism,
right?
For the most part. I mean, the only time he was criticized when he said shit about the soldiers or how brave, how not cowardly the hijackers were. And then it's the right that came after him, but the left, they won't touch him, making lesbian, gay, black jokes, whatever.
By the way, Dana White was on Ridiculousness. And Dana White's a pal of ours.
I saw Dana on Ridiculousness.
Yeah, my point is, when you do, tune into Ridiculousness, you don't really see a lot of big name stars.
Nah, you see like the guy going, wow,
saying.
that looked like it hurt.
Like, who's that guy?
Oh, man, he got up high and then fell.
Right. But in general, it's who give a fuck.
Yeah, who cares?
In an interview with Playboy magazine, the 56-year-old actor railed against political correctness and so-called hypocrisy, producing his own bigoted rant.
He's 56?
He's got to be older, right?
I
been
would
around forever.
Absolutely assume he's older than that. Come on.
How old was he when he did State of Grace? Wow, I saw
he was 8 years old.
Oh, I would have thought older.
Yeah.
See, but I was voted most likely to guess age incorrectly when film discussions are taking place. He was amazingly good. He was. I saw that part of that recently where he's just fucking like he's like all drugged out. That cocksucker is great.
Romeo's Bleeding. That one.
Yeah, is that when he played? Who did he play in that?
He played the guy that Gary Oldman played.
Oh, see, I would have thought it was Oldman's character, but you're saying it was the role. Guys who know nothing about what we're talking about.
I just recently saw it, though, for the first time. It's a whole movie.
Which is the one? Oh, the professional where he's screaming, get everyone.
Yeah. Everyone!
Wow, he plays a great, ready to do something awful, drugged out guy.
Yes.
Nobody plays the guy about to do something shitty better than fucking Oldman.
Yeah.
But when he's ready to kill someone in the professional, he pops those poppers. He's like, his neck bends, and he's all fucked up.
Or in True Romance.
Yes, that was another one. Yeah,
Breastises.
What's this white boy doing? It's like, what are you? Dummy.
He's sucking his teeth.
Yeah.
He's so good.
So you got the old man in the Playboy there. I don't know about Mel. He got drunk and said a few things. But we've all said those things, he told the Men's Magazine. Referring to Gibson's infamous anti-Semitic tirade during a traffic stop, Oldman added, the policeman who arrested him has never used the word... Oh, boy. And then,
he said nigger.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
He said the N-word.
Did you read further?
Wow.
Because it wasn't...
He said the N-word.
Then I have to leave him alone here.
No, the problem was he said nigger, but they said they didn't mind that. It was when he stood up and he pop-locked while he said it.
I would have liked to have seen that clip.
And he said it repeatedly, and he just kept doing it to music. And they're like, Mr. Oldman, we're trying to interview you.
This is crazy.
This is too much.
What are you doing?
Stop pop-locking.
He's using real language. He said the policeman who arrested him has never used the word nigger or that fucking Jew.
Well.
And then he admits, I'm being brutally honest here. It's the hypocrisy of it that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Very good.
There is a huge hypocrisy going on.
I see nothing wrong with what he just said there.
No. Did you read the part, though?
He even admits, I'm being brutally honest here. But everyone basically says shitty things. That's his point.
Where he goes, you're not going to be able to print some of this because it's going to make me seem like a bigot. When I read that, I wanted to hug him like,
yeah, they won't print it.
Good point. Right. Yeah, don't put that guy. It doesn't look bad.
He didn't stop there.
Uh-oh.
Alec calling someone a fag, sorry.
How, Kenny? You take my chair.
Oh. See, the stupid newspaper should be able to fucking write the words. You're the news.
Oh, God. They refuse to write the word.
Right.
When reporting the actual story.
You're reporting the story, so fucking spell out the words.
You're not calling anybody that.
It's the news.
It's the fucking news.
They said he caused an H. I was like, how fucking shut.
What?
They won't say hullabaloo.
Alec calling someone a fag in the street while he's pissed off coming out of his building because they won't leave him alone. I don't blame him, he said. Okay. Returning to the subject of the Braveheart star, he said Gibson is in a town that's run by Jews. And he said the wrong thing because has actually bitten the hand that I guess has fed him and doesn't need to feed him anymore because he's got enough dough.
There you go.
He's like an outcast, a leper, But some Jewish guy in his office somewhere hasn't turned and said that fucking kraut or fuck those Germans.
Did they print kraut?
They did print kraut.
Wow, they printed kraut.
The Daily News actually said that effing kraut or F those Germans. whatever it is. We all hide and try to be so politically correct. That's what gets me. It's just the sheer hypocrisy of everyone that we all stand on this thing going, isn't that shocking?
It's so... He's right, 100%.
The Daily News sucks a dick.
Oh, shit. You best apologize.
And there's some bad qualities, too.
No.
They just suck a dick. Gary, like you've said many times, you know, we all say we want honesty, but then you get a guy being quite honest and well thought out.
Open dialogue.
And they attack him.
Let's have an open dialogue about all of this and really get it out on the table. And the second you do, you're just condemned. So that open dialogue thing is bullshit whenever you hear somebody say, we need an open discussion about race. We need open discussion about sexuality. No, because the second you're honest, you're fucked.
At that point in the interview, the British performer seemed to realize that his own words were probably as shocking. You have to, he says, you have to edit and cut half of what I've said because it's going to make me sound like a bigot.
Oh, Commissioner Gordon.
He was probably on the phone. I'm guessing he did a phone interview.
Right.
Yeah.
Prank caller.
The self-described libertarian continued to blunder on.
Blunder on?
This is what the Daily News has to say about it. To blunder on, blasting Hollywood and the culture at large for what he called a double standard.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is.
It is. It's right there in front of your face. Gee.
Let's see. He goes on. Bill Maher joked about Ellen DeGeneres being a lesbian under the guise of satire, while Baldwin got vilified for saying the same thing. And he claimed that Oscar voters who didn't support 12 Years a Slave were labeled racist.
There you go.
Is that true?
That was the allegations. It's not like he pulled that out of thin air. There were many people that were saying it.
Right.
But, you know, he's a little more inside that whole scene than we are, or the Daily News is, I think.
I do have particular views and opinions that most of this town doesn't share, but it's not like I'm a fascist or a racist, Oldman told Playboy.
I'll work on that, Harry.
Even the time
There's nothing like that in my history, he says.
It says Planet Star Oldman rants in defense of Mel's slurs. But he's not defending, like, he's not agreeing with Mel. He's defending Mel's right to just be an ass like everybody else is an ass.
They stretch the facts.
Yeah.
To make it more dramatic and edgy to sell fucking papers. We all know that. Daily News sucks.
What he's saying is obvious to people. This isn't something that you really have to look into and be like, are people hypocritical? Are the people that are criticizing others for saying awful things, do they say bad things when they're home alone or, you know, in their car or so? Oh, no, they do. They do. It's human fucking nature. You can't take that out of a human being. When you get angry, there's no filter that filters out politically incorrect language when you're seething mad. You're going to go for the worst possible thing you can call someone or an impression you get of somebody. It's just the way things are. And to say that you never thought that or felt that way is a lie. It's a fucking lie.
Well, we act like only a small percentage of society speaks this way.
Yeah.
When we all speak this way.
Of course.
Every single fucking person speaks this way.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's right to someone's face or
at home being recorded without your knowledge.
Or hiding on a fake account or with just your friends in your house. Everyone speaks like this.
Your Escalade on your way home.
Right. Everybody. This headline, Gary Oldman goes on profanity-laced tirade.
Profanity-laced tirade. That's all they got out of that, by the way.
He was using some naughty, naughty words.
Look out. He's an adult.
But I don't think it was a profanity-laced tirade.
No.
Bashing hypocrites who condemn Mel Gibson and Alec Baldwin. I think he was having a pretty, intelligent discussion about what's going on.
Just a bunch of children. No one wants to act like an adult anymore. With adult language and being able to handle hearing adult language.
Right.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
Holy gee.
I really think it was the Imus thing that put this in overdrive. I really do. I think there were
I'm sorry I did that.
I think there were little inklings here and there, but then, man, that happened, and then everyone's
apologize. The
everyone
inklings,
popped their heads up.
Inkling Americans are going to be very angry. You called them little.
Yes, they like to be called pen-using Americans.
Inkling.
But everyone popped up their heads and said, "Wait a minute, what about our word?
Yeah,
what about us?"
Hey, everyone has
us?
a word. Don't you think certain groups that aren't getting the exposure that other groups are getting would sit there and go, wow, they got a word, and it really gets them exposure when someone uses this word and they pounce on them.
Right.
So why don't we get a word so that when someone says it, we could pounce and get publicity for our group? You don't think that motive is there? When people come up with their alphabet soup of fucking bad words? Of course it is. That's the first and foremost. That has nothing to do with how hurt anybody is or offended. It's let's get our group in the news because some guy used the word we have now dubbed as an awful word, and now we'll get some press. It's great exposure.
Yeah. It's just nonsense.
It's terrible.
I mean, we might as well talk to a wall, though, because this is not stopping. We're not turning this one around.
We got to turn this around.
So we'll all just make believe.
Make believe.
This isn't just complete horseshit.
The facade everyone just erects.
Right.
The facade when you go out. Look at me. I'm so
I don't use any of those words
and politically correct, and I am such an amazing person. Then you shut that door when you go home, and oh boy, does shit leak out.
See, the only way to do it and not be heard is I utter those slurs while I'm eating a vagina, and then no one knows what you're doing. I'm down there, I'm like, no, goddamn juice. Does
the girl ever look and tilt her head like a dog hearing a whistle?
What you said? No, I'm just going to town down here. You mind your beeswax.
Shut up. You enjoying it or not?
Yeah. Hey, come already. I'm bored.
How did vagina eating start, you think?
I bet it was very old caveman-y stuff, like when two dogs meet.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
People didn't keep things as clean as they do today.
Oh, so forget it.
It had to be a sick fuck.
Oof.
The first caveman to go for some
I bet
vagina eating.
Rocks and dirt out because they're squatting down.
Well, you were dragging your women around, so they were picking up everything. Well, that's not true.
I don't think so.
What? I've seen the
By
cartoons.
the hair with a club.
Right.
I'll tell you what happened is they were all
scooping up everything on the ground.
They were eating, and a piece of turkey fell into her pubes, and two guys went down and clunked heads trying to get it, and one just stayed down there and picked the turkey out of her vag hair and ate it. Or buffalo. It was probably a piece of a delicacy.
Mastodon.
The hoof of a buffalo was a delicacy.
Hoof.
Yeah, and they would hollow it out and plant flowers in it.
Sam, can you look it up? We need the answer. How did vagina eating start?
I bet
Let's go with pussy
very
eating.
old. Very, very old.
I bet you it's the French.
I bet the Chinese, because those Chinese came up with a bunch of these weird Kama Sutra things. Or was that the Chinese or the Japanese?
I don't know, but it wasn't that. It was somebody fucking drawing a deer on a wall.
Yeah.
It was on a cave wall. When she leaned up to do it, someone got behind her and ate her ass.
I mean, because there had to be a time where that had to be rough every single time.
Every time.
Oh, my God.
Maybe they could go down to the river or something and kind of tidy up back then.
You rub a rock over it.
Fucking 20-foot alligator doesn't eat her.
I think that's why they called it the Dark Ages.
Yes. Oh, man. Imagine the bush on that.
Oh, God. What do we got,
Lovely.
Sam? Let's put our learn on today.
Yeah, I'm looking for a strong origin. I haven't found an origin yet. No, but it dates back quite some time.
Oh, I bet. I bet it's prehistoric.
I've got to go back 50 years, 100 years.
Maybe more there, Chippa. Webs.
Boy, but now it's just accepted. But there had to be a time, man. You want me to do what?
Well, what about the other way around? With the chick fucking going down on a guy. Like, where'd that start?
Someone pointed. He picked up a club with his left hand, and he pointed at it.
And pointed to a bunch of cracked skulls in the corner of the cave.
And she misunderstood, and she bit it like a cigar. Irony hitter.
Another cracked skull.
Well, Sam, you got to look this. We need some answers today. All right?
Yeah.
You got anything yet? What do you got so far, even though it might not be the best?
I mean, some people are saying it is impossible to even speculate on where oral sex originated, but I can tell you this. They are saying the earliest historical references to oral sex appear in Egyptian carvings.
Oh, those Egyptians.
So they were muff diving in the hieroglyphics eras.
Really?
Yes.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, the big sculpture of the spread eagle woman in front of the Sphinx was destroyed. That's actually what he was doing.
He's eating a box.
He's eating box.
Yeah, all curled up.
Yeah,
big sheepskin rug.
The pyramid's actually a butt plug.
Yeah, they say even in Pompeii, there was evidence of oral sex being depicted in paintings.
Were people trapped in the lava licking box? Because I know those Pompeii people, they got stuck pretty quick.
How embarrassing would that be? They find you. You were in the middle of licking box.
Years later, they find a void in the lava, and they pour something in there to get the mold.
Right.
And then they take it out, and what is it? Someone licking box.
Some guy on his back with his hand over his own lap, and some woman sitting on his face.
Oh boy.
And there's some cuck in the corner jerking off.
Yeah. They wouldn't know what he was doing, though. Apparently, he's ready to hold a fishing line. No, you're misreading that image.
That's some fast lava in that Pompeii, huh?
Yeah.
They get people like drinking their coffee or something. Crazy.
I also don't have a problem with what the Detroit Tigers manager said.
What happened there?
I missed this story because we got so busy. He apologizes for wife-beating joke.
What was the context?
Well, Brad, I think it's Osmus, is known to be quick with a quib. Quick with a quib.
Ew. What's a quib?
Oh, no.
Is known to be quick with a quib.
Are you sure it's not quip?
Well, probably. Quip.
Yeah, quip is the word.
Quip. Quick with a quip.
Right. Yeah.
Of course it is. But he's straight over the line Wednesday, and he knew it. It started when he was asked after the 2-1 loss to the Kansas City Royals how he has been able to keep his cool during his team's horrendous streak. He said this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not fun, he said. Like I said once, I get to the field, I'm always in a good mood, especially if I'm driving and it's sunny out. Once I'm here, I'm ready to go. I feel like I'm the exact same person that you would have seen on day one of spring training. And when he goes home, I beat my wife, Osmus said. So every day it starts off nice on the way to the ballpark. But if your team is kind of having a shitty run, he says when he goes home, I beat my wife. But he quickly said, I'm just kidding. No, luckily my wife and kids are fantastic. I do get a little mopey at home, but my wife and kids are good. They've seen me be in a bad mood after a loss, so they've been great.
Beat my wife.
But that's hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious.
And then he quickly explains exactly what his home life's all about. So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, unless his wife is coming out with a black eye and busted nose and she's upset with it, who gives a shit? He made a joke. His wife understands it.
So
she better.
But play it.
He's on his way home.
But let's play this out. He says, I beat my wife. So then there's a guy somewhere going, oh, I guess it's acceptable then.
I'm going to go beat my wife now.
Why is that bad?
What is that going to do?
Especially with the explanation right after that. And obviously, he was gold for the joke, and I guarantee he got a big laugh.
Here's what it is.
Do we have the audio?
Oh, there's the audio. You're making light of the wife beating. That would be the argument. Absolutely. You know, this is not a joking matter.
I don't go for that.
No,
Absolutely.
that kind of humor.
Pretty much everything is a joking matter.
And I have a great sense of humor, and I've laughed at a lot of things that are very... I love that one.
Right.
I'm really fun. No, you're not.
His joke drew some hearty laughs and some nervous laughs from the media. Those are the people going, oh, fuck, he's going to get in trouble for that.
Here we go. Let me file this. Let me file this immediately.
Right. After answering another question, came back to it. I didn't want to make light of battered women, Osmus said. I apologize for that.
Delicious.
If it offended anyone. So he knew.
Battered.
I understood it.
Right. Those two cutlets. Vagina.
I know, it's adorable. Melons.
Yes.
He knew.
Let's hear the clip.
How are you when you go home? I beat my wife. I'm just kidding. No, luckily my wife and kids are fantastic.
Can take a punch.
I do get a little mopey at home.
Little mopey.
That's it, right?
Well,
That laugh, by the way, sounded like the laugh that Jake LaMotta got in the club.
Oh.
Right.
He goes, the toilet. I said, what's the toilet? He said, you're in him. Oh, let's go.
Let's go. Get off the stage.
That was a raging bull fucking club laugh.
That was just exhausting. That's all the bullshit going on right now.
Yeah. That's all the fucking...
That's all just bullshit.
But bullshit.
I don't think there's many people that will tell you that. And I don't know why.
No one on the mainstream media news programs will tell you that's bullshit.
But why can't they just break it down a little bit?
Right. They don't have to agree or condemn it. Just present it equally.
Why can't you? Because I'm sure the Tigers manager thing was all over the place, right? All the sports places. But why can't they just break it down and go, he was going for an obvious joke there?
Yeah.
And then he explained that, no, that's not the case whatsoever. I have a great family, and they deal with my
You can't even joke about it
after a loss.
You can't even joke about it, though. People will say,
but why can't they?
Beating your wife is a grave problem in this country, and it's not a joking matter in any circumstance.
I have no problem if they say that, but why can't they present the story better? And explain what he was going for there, which was an obvious joke.
Because you'd probably get in trouble for even understanding that was a joke. Like the news would look bad. They would get letters going, why would you even say that it was a joke?
Right.
People, ugh, yuck. Get me off this planet. I want to go to Mars. I'm tired of this fucking PC crap.
Yeah, we're going to lose the battle, though.
Yeah.
We're absolutely going to lose this battle.
Maybe if more people like the great Gary Oldman push back, right?
No, now he'll be scared.
Of course.
He will now be scared.
You think?
I think so.
He's a crazy motherfucker.
I think he's going to have to come out and explain some shit now. Well, you watch. By tomorrow.
I'll mean that. Go fuck yourself.
I was sitting there trying to say this.
Yes, you're a wanker.
What if he was drunk? I don't even know if he drinks, but I'm just wondering.
He looks like he put a few ales down, huh?
You never want to give. That's the part about being really famous. Like, you never want to give an interview when you're fucking loaded.
Ooh.
Your publicist's like, I don't know if you should do this right now. Get him on the fucking phone.
Get fucking call. Yeah.
You're like, oh no.
He has a few belts, I bet you.
Oh, I have something to say.
Yeah. He's watching the news, and there's like some fucking a bunch of black guys beat up a white guy. I'm ready to do that goddamn interview right now.
No. Someone has to say something about this, and that someone is me, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. How come they can say nigger on other movies, but I can't in mine?
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's Jimmy the Greek was the first one, I think, that gave the drunk interview and paid
was he
dearly
drunk when he
for
did
it.
that?
Oh, yeah.
No.
He was sitting at a table with beverages in front of him. It was like at some, impromptu interview at an event of some sort.
Right.
And he was putting down a few. And he was like actually sitting in his chair, and he's turned around, looking over the back of his chair to the guy that was interviewing him, and just going off.
Think he regrets that?
Oh, well, he's dead now, so
when did he die?
I think he doesn't regret anything.
Look, he's turned.
Yeah, he's like, hey, whatever. Hey, you got a camera and a mic? Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Let's play
What
this.
do you got? Yeah, let's hear it. Because this is old school. This is the first, real celebrity being fired for saying something about race or sexuality or whatnot.
Well, let's ask.
I think this is.
Is there one that came before Jimmy the Greek? Because maybe there's someone out there that knows better than us.
Yeah.
I don't really think so.
I think you might be right, but
And he was the most visual, the most public figure.
He was
huge at the time.
He was a huge star.
Whenever you saw the fucking Kentucky Derby, any of the horse races, he was handicapping them. The fucking football game,
everything.
Like everything. You went, let's talk to Jimmy the Greek. What do you think? I think the fucking, and then he gets up there and starts talking about the blacks and their muscles.
What year was this?
This was the 80s.
It was the 80s, right?
Mm.
Yes. I'm not sure the exact year. Anybody? Exact year? Come on, snap it up, pal talk. You're on the clock here.
I remember being on the road. I was with the dance troupe I was with at the time, and we were all so surprised in the dressing room that he had been fired.
The dance troupe?
Yeah.
I'm getting one 1984. I'm getting a 1980 and 85. You people stink.
Probably mid-80s, though.
87. There's not one fucking...
No.
They're just yelling out numbers.
How'd it be early 80s?
You guys rot.
Early 80s.
84 maybe, right?
82.
I think it was early 80s.
82, 1948, 2012. Someone's bidding $1. You're an asshole. All right, it's early 80s, right? Had to be.
He was born in 1918. I know that much.
No, it couldn't have been
that
that
wasn't
late.
88.
88?
No way.
83. Come on. You guys suck.
Life and
when was he fired?
One of those answers is probably correct, by the way.
Yeah, it's every fucking...
Someone you just yelled at.
Controversy.
Sam has an answer.
Sam?
88!
It was 88?
January 88.
I would have put it at a
Wow.
lot sooner than that.
I said 88.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, here's the clip that got him fired.
Yeah.
Jimmy the Greek.
Love it.
Probably the first guy.
For the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody.
Let's
back it up.
Come on, Sam, a little preface.
Come on,
prefacing.
Oh, my God,
Come
what's going on?
Middle of the interview, Sam. It's your nickname.
That's the clip.
Middle jumper.
All right.
Soon they're going to have to equalize it for the blacks, for the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody. I mean, let's make it equal for everybody.
And is it equal? What about in sports?
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. The black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there. But, the only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Yeah, maybe we need to get more black coaches, don't you?
Well, it's all right with me.
Okay, well,
I'm sure that they'll take over that pretty soon, too.
WRC was apparently flooded with complaint calls after the Snyder comments were aired. Snyder issued an apology saying he was truly sorry.
They didn't play the rest, though.
CBS spokesperson said no decision has been made as to whether Snyder will work Sunday's NFL Today broadcast. Snyder is spending the night with Gene Upshaw, the Players Union executive director in Washington,
Wow.
and he has received support calls from Walter Payton and Ahmad Rashad.
He hung up on him immediately because he had to talk to those people on the phone.
That there was a longer clip though when he starts
Sam.
talking about they bred.
Stop short clipping.
I have the audio for the black is the better athlete.
Do you? All right, let's listen to that.
Is that from that interview or
This
no?
goes back all the way to the...
Here it is. All right, we got it.
When during the slave trading, the slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman, so that he could have a big black kid.
In Washington today, the local NBC television station interviewed people about the state of race relations on this Martin Luther King's birthday.
Jimmy the Greek Snyder is in hot water tonight over some remarks he made today about black athletes.
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to,
and they just picked and choose every little line.
Black is a better athlete to begin with because he's been bred to be that way, because of his high thighs. And I don't want this on. There isn't much left for the white guys.
Whoops.
He's hammered, too.
He's fucking drunk
You
off
can
his
tell
ass
he's
right
hammered,
there.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Looks like Grandpa Lewis.
Right.
He does, yeah.
All right.
Oh, boy.
We got to take a break.
Poor
Joel
Jimmy.
McHale is waiting, standing by.
Ooh.
So we'll get Joel McHale in next. Whatever happened to these guys?
Yeah.
Finger 11, I think.
Yeah.
What year is that from? Is that from like 2000 or is that newer?
These guys played it live on our show.
Was that NEW this was out?
No. Oh, I don't know, but It was when we came back to radio. The guy came in and
Like
performed
2008 or 9.
For some reason, this really reminds me of old school, like 2001.
Does sound like it, right?
Yeah.
Joel McHale.
There he is.
Hello, Joel.
Let's get the energy up.
Goddamn GQ looking. Look at that suit. Yeah, you're coming in here now.
I dressed. Yeah, that's right.
Looking
it's for you
sharp.
guys. And Kelly and Michael.
Kelly and Michael today.
Okay.
I thought I was going to look good wearing my Rockstar Games
for your show?
I thought so, but for radio, it is kind of silly.
Well, we hope
it
so.
is.
Yeah.
Are you excited about the new GT5 on PS4?
Yes, I am, because I have Xbox One, and I have PS4 too, but I use the Xbox One a lot more, because I like going, Xbox, go to TBS. And then it just turns on TBS, and I'm watching Seinfeld.
You don't feel at all like an idiot for screaming at just
Sometimes. But you know what? That convenience. When the phone rings and you just go, Xbox, mute. And then it mutes. You're not searching for a remote.
He lives alone, so...
I love it. Yeah. I do not live alone. I have my cat Beavis.
So he could yell at anything he wants.
And electronics that you talk to.
A lot of electronics that I talk to. I have conversations with my Xbox. It's wonderful. Xbox, go to Netflix.
You're like that guy on in Blade Runner who had all the pet robots. And,
yes, that guy.
Eventually was killed.
Oh, that didn't bode well for him.
No, his eyes got...
no, that was...
His friend's eyes got pushed in.
Spoiler.
You're right. You know what?
Spoiler alert.
30-year spoiler.
You know what's great about that movie? A lot of things great about that movie. It's a fucking great movie.
Yes.
But the image of the futuristic city, where there were a lot of video billboards and whatnot. And then
that were enormous.
You look out. Yes.
Now look.
And now you look out, and there it was. The Pan Am one kind of ruins it all.
Right.
Boy, they really thought Pan Am was going to just be forever in the old movies.
Well, they should have had a TWA one.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I tell you, one major crash, now you're finished. That's what it was. The Lockerbie and then Flight 800.
Oh,
That ended both of those airlines.
That's good. I hope you end an airline someday.
Why? That would mean that I was injured.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah, you're injured.
I'm teasing, of course. I'm teasing, of course. I watched a great special last night on Smithsonian on the 747. And its inception and
television.
It only
Smithsonian Channel 747. Go.
I love it.
Pause. Hello. I'm watching a special. Yes, I'm busy.
Go to Smithsonian. It's hard to say after a few beers.
Yeah.
Actually the Xbox
refrigerator beer.
Anthony, stop drinking.
Wait, so you can just tell what channel to look for?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And it knows.
I have an Xbox. I have a smart TV and an Xbox. I don't know how to use them. So I'm just like, Xbox on! And it's just me alone in my cell phone. I don't have it plugged in right.
Your neighbor's like, plug it in.
Still in the box.
I'm a fool.
Yeah, it's in the box, and he's talking to unbox yourself.
Yes. Xbox.
Yeah. Get out. Get out of the sprout legs. Xbox sprout legs.
No.
I don't know what I'm
How
doing.
was the special?
It was fantastic. It's just, it reminds you of a time when, this country was just fucking, motivated. In 28 months, they went from nothing to designing, building, and test flying this massive airplane.
You might be running out of things to watch.
No, it's amazing. I love
horrendous.
aviation.
That one sounds horrendous to watch.
Anyway, on The Bachelorette 2 nights ago. Oh, my word.
Exactly.
They had actual footage of the test flight and the test pilot and the crew up there in the first Boeing 747 and then the problems that it had and how they fixed it. And just watching it, you realize how amazing and great this country was with building.
Well, the one guy who came in and said the reason it's not working is you have to have 2 wings. They really thought it'd be a one-winged aircraft, and it would just go on the runway and hit trees.
They probably could have built it a lot quicker than 28 months. If
747 builds.
Go.
Wait, we haven't invented that yet.
Xbox.
Yeah, people do forget that we thought...
We have invented that.
Great stuff.
The 3D printers.
Well, that's true.
Oh, well.
Scary shit.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You have one?
I don't. I can't.
No,
my children would destroy it.
Who
they
has
wreck
one?
everything,
Oh,
don't they?
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham has one.
Just has one.
And he's
because he
printing
makes
all
his
the
puppet
time.
heads.
How much does it cost?
It makes a puppet. I think like
depends.
20 large.
Depends
Something
on
like
the
that.
material.
They go up
you
to
Is he
use.
still
250.
like the most successful comic in the country?
It's insane.
Yeah.
But he 3D prints all of his puppet heads and hands and stuff.
I'm sure his house is not weird at all.
Right? Isn't that?
I'm sure it's not scary and just dead eyes looking back at you all over the place.
Do ventriloquism.
You should think about decorating your house with some 3D.
Probably do.
I'm surprised you don't have one.
Puppets scare the
You
shit
should
out of
have
me.
one.
No.
Yeah, but then you'd be like, well, where do I put all the bodies?
That's true. Well, I do have a big basement. Do
puppets scare you?
Space. I'm not a fan of puppets.
Oh.
Like, if there's a puppet in the room, like in when Poltergeist, when that clown dummy thing was on the chair, and the kid like looked at it, and then the lightning hit, and it was a little closer, and then it was gone completely. Went under the bed. Like I get like. I jump when I see things like that.
Right.
I hate jump scares. Like in real life. In movies, it's fine. But in real life, like if I see something out of the corner of my eye and it looks like somebody, and it's just a curtain or something blowing.
So you are like a paranoid guy who lives alone, shouts at electronics, and then goes, hey, I saw a great special the other night.
Yes, I watched aviation shows.
And he added
You're basically a shut-in, kind of.
He added a Jaguar, too, yesterday.
Oh.
Yes.
A live Jaguar.
No, the car.
Well, that's coming.
The car.
Don't be
I
surprised.
picked up the F-Type R. Thing is awesome.
Did they give it to you? Did you get some deal?
No, I didn't get a deal, but, I bought it. I had a great time at the Borgata a couple of weeks back.
But you made enough money to...
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So I went in there, and I was
you have
like...
a parking space?
I want that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bad... And then went, sir, and you went... Don't do that to me.
I thought I saw somebody in the back seat. There is no back seat,
You got to
Anthony.
tell me about the blind spot in this car, because I will just hit the accelerator.
Very scary.
Go.
The radar detector talked to me. I was in the car.
It beeped. What? Just warn me.
Yes. Just
no back
beep. Don't
seat?
talk. No, it's two-seater.
What color did you get?
I got white because the body lines
We
on it
know
are
why.
so nice. Yes.
Because I'm a racist.
The body lines are so nice, and the black trim on it really shows up with the white, and it doesn't really show up that good with any of the other colors, even though the other colors are very nice. And I usually don't like white vehicles.
You hate the car.
I can't stand.
So why not the Porsche?
Well, the Porsche is a little more expensive, and you're not getting all that much more for the price. And I like the amenities.
Okay.
In the Jag, they're very nice.
Why not the Audi R8? You weren't interested in that?
You know what? I need a good-looking car, too, and I liked the way this car looks. It's got that real animal look, and the sound of the engine. You could bypass the mufflers, and it's just blowing right out
There's
the
a button
headers.
where you
it's
can
great.
turn off the mufflers?
Pretty much so, yeah. You just turn off the it's oh, it's crazy. I want to open that thing up through the Midtown Tunnel.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be great.
Just fucking piss people off. Yes.
You can go at least 13 miles an hour.
Yeah, at least.
Yes. I do have a thing in my car that says average speed for the every trip you take. It tells you exactly how long you've been gone and average speed.
Average speed.
And I'll come from Santa Monica to Hollywood, and it'll be like 13 miles average speed.
Nice.
13 miles per hour.
Slow it down there.
Yeah,
Come on,
thank
Joel.
God it has 500 horses.
Yeah.
At any moment, this was ready to just rocket down up to that next light.
For 100 yards.
Driving it home yesterday, I had to go eastbound on the LIE at rush hour, so I was just sitting there going, this is great. I could have bought a Ford Focus.
You could have bought a Yaris.
Yeah, or that.
I think you should have.
The Ford
Focus is a
Fusion,
good car.
all electric.
Focus.
Fusion's a good car.
Yeah, they all electric.
Sensible.
Yeah, sensible car.
Sensible
Saves
car.
gas.
I like a good sensible car.
When are you going to take it out and go crazy?
I'll take it out this weekend. Drive it around. But today I'll probably venture somewhere.
Did you drive it into work?
Go to the bar. No. That is not a city vehicle. No. That's what the old Escalade is for. The battle wagon.
Nice.
No one fucks with that.
It must seem great where you're like, yep, bought a brand new car, not taking it into work.
Not taking it into work.
Too scared.
Yeah, the city's crazy.
Someone's going to ding it. Yeah.
I don't mind the Escalade, getting a few battle wounds on it and stuff. When trucks are double parked and you barely got enough room to get through. I've mastered the art of the electronic side view mirrors, pulling them in.
Yeah.
You could just hit a button and they pull in, and you shoot right through that spot, and you barely make it. Oh, wow. It's exhilarating.
Have you ever seen any specials on it on television?
No, but I'm thinking of filming one myself.
Oh.
Maybe even starring Joel McHale.
I would love to host that. Folks, big deal today.
Yes, sir.
How will this truck get through this tiny space?
You know, when you're in the moment, it's New York City. It sort of is like a GTA kind of a thing going on.
Just going 4 miles.
Pulling you. Well, yeah. Well, now our mayor here, de Blasio, he just signed a bunch of bills that restrict drivers because he's trying this zero, what is it, vision zero? He's trying to whittle
Vision
down.
Zero?
Yes, or something like that.
David
with
Patterson
Tom Cruise.
originally
Blind
came up with
everybody.
this.
Or zero vision. No, he's trying to make it so there are zero people killed by cars, like that hit pedestrians hit by cars in the 5 boroughs.
Well, that is a very good
It's
thing
a
to
noble
try.
cause and everything,
Right.
but he's putting all of the weight,
The onus.
on the drivers. Slowing them down, speed restriction zones, a lot of people. Landmines are
right, they
good,
just pop
landmines. But he's putting none of it on the pedestrian, who, by the way, if you get hit by a car that hasn't jumped up onto a sidewalk, it's your fucking fault. That's how I feel.
Well, that's not the law, though.
No, it's not the law.
In Great Britain, that is the law.
Really?
If you are just in the
move
street
there.
and a car hits you,
Yeah.
you shouldn't have been there.
Imagine if a car was coming during that Abbey Road picture.
Oh my gosh!
Wipe out the
totally
Beatles, and
different album.
you could just go home and go to sleep because it wouldn't be your fault.
No.
You know, I hate
Special
to be serious, but that would have been very, very tragic.
Tragic, probably. Literal Jim.
Thank you.
Yeah, but put some fucking responsibility on the pedestrians' part. I see it all the time. There's a red light for them. They have a don't walk sign. Don't walk. And it's green for me, let's say, and somebody decides they have enough room to make it across. And I'm coming at him, but the first guy has enough room. The person behind that person just sees this other guy step off the curb and start crossing. And looking at their phone or the back of someone's head, they go right along with him, not realizing he's just about going to make it. And now I have to step on the brake, blast the horn, flip the bird, blurt out a racial epithet.
Oh.
It's exhausting.
And the guy was white. That's the inappropriate part. There's no reason to throw that in there.
You Irish?
Yeah.
Yes, why you? I
Go
shake my
back
fist.
to Dublin.
You potato blight.
Man, you have a
Something like that.
hard life here.
It's so difficult.
Los Angeles, it's not even a conversation yet.
No.
They don't even, there's no left turn signals in Los Angeles.
Yeesh.
For real, there's nothing.
What happens there?
That's kind of weird. There's not. Can you write on red there or no?
You can write on red,
Oh, yeah.
but it's an unspoken law or thing that 3 cars will stack up in the middle of an intersection, and then when their light turns red, everyone dashes across traffic.
And then the other side continues.
And if it's more than 3, people are like, hey, what do you think you're doing? This is not, we all have made an agreement, and you're violating it. You're in trouble. So it's and there's potholes. That's what all these people have big SUVs and 4x4s. And I go, because there's potholes that will
chewing up the road.
End your tires. We also have it very hard, as you can see.
I see.
I don't know how we do it.
The arrow here is a great thing. I love the left turn arrow, but if you're at the front of that line, you better pay attention, because there's nothing worse than watching that arrow pop on and then seeing nothing. No one turning, nothing. Someone's texting.
There's some other worse things.
No.
Childhood cancer?
Close.
Wow.
Close.
Okay.
I will lay on the second it's like, arrow, beep! Arrow, beep!
Jeez. You are awful when you're not here.
And when he is, he's a terrible person.
Exactly. What are you talking about?
So as soon as it turns, you're just honking at the person.
Because, especially if I'm in a position where I'm like, if everyone doesn't pull this off perfectly, I'm going to be the guy that's stuck here. And none of them will even know. They'll be on their merry way like, oh, yeah, I made that turn. leaving me in the dust over there waiting for the next cycle. And those left turn arrows, they don't come around very often.
Your level of stress is shocking and disturbing.
Hence the drinking.
And the yelling at electronics.
So
you get home from a stressful drive of honking at people and barely getting through two spaces, and you're just like, Xbox on.
Xbox. Go to Call of Duty Ghosts. And then I'll stop playing Call of Duty Ghosts. I'll put the headset on and listen to 12-year-olds stab me. And I'll curse at them. Well, really? I have a machine gun. You have a knife.
And they still get you.
Infuriating.
Like we've had a counseling session.
How was the Correspondents Dinner?
It was great. I
actually was asking you. I understand you attended.
Holy shit!
Here's the problem with the dinner.
You had a problem with the metal detectors.
I don't think Joel I don't think Joel needed to be here today.
Right? I learned a lot. It was good. It was very it was stressful but good.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Really good job.
Yes.
God bless you.
The kudos you were getting from a lot of the people,
yeah. Some hated it, which was what I expected.
That always happens, right?
Who hated it?
Well, a lot of
someone named President Obama.
He liked it.
Oh.
He said nice things afterwards.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
I don't imagine that he liked the drone strike joke, but.
He's got to take all that.
Yeah, I thought people would be shocked by the, not shocked, but more incensed by the Clinton joke. But people were like, no, that was fine.
That was fine.
That's totally fine.
I also love the veal joke. I forget the guy's name now. The Clive and Bundy Ranch line, which I thought was really funny.
Yes.
You had a lot of great ones, man.
I've never been more prepared or freaked out for something in my life.
And he did very well.
Oh, you mean
laugh-wise? Like he got laughs and.
Obama.
Yeah,
he kills.
Yeah,
he has killed every year. Mm-hmm. He's by far the best at it at any other president.
He had some edgy stuff in there too, man.
Yeah, he told the Malaysian flight joke.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
The whole crowd went, ooh. That's the entire crowd's reaction.
And he said, fuck off.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He did. It's very similar. But the whole time, it's like, ooh, it's like everyone's watching fireworks. The whole time. Ooh. Bunch of really powerful people who've spent their lives, like, gaining power and money, and just they go, ooh, we said that thing. But when it was over, I've never been more relieved.
How was the dinner?
Yeah. It's bizarre and wonderful because you're getting ready to do the gig of your life.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting with the First Lady for 2 hours.
Wow.
And she's absolutely lovely and wonderful.
She's charming.
She's great, very smart. And then then the whole time, you might quietly freak out over here.
What's the small talk like between you and Michelle?
What are you guys talking about? Is she really good at it? I imagine she's really good at it.
Very good at it. We were talking, you'd be amazed how up to date on like pop culture and television they are.
Right.
I mean, they take time to watch I think they watch probably, I don't know, an hour a night. But they know what's going on. So they asked about Community. They asked about The Soup. And
watch The Soup?
With Community, I was like, yeah, this gig will definitely get us picked up.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, then we heard.
Thanks a lot, President Obama. But we talked about, because... she had a big health initiative, and we were talking about healthy food. And I have to give her, again, she's very cool about it. She's like, you can eat whatever you want, just don't eat everything you want all the time. And I thought that was very good. She's like, have the stuff that you want, but just have it, once a week or twice a week. It shouldn't be your meals.
A can of lard once a week.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's got a hamburger on her windowsill from McDonald's that has sat there for 6 years and has not.
Her windowsill is the White House, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. It's not. I don't think it is. I don't want to say it's McDonald's, so I'm not going to make that claim.
It has to be, whatever it is, got to be just the package. It can't be the whole burger.
It is a burger with nothing on it, with no packaging on it, and has sat there for 6 years.
Why?
And nothing, because they wanted to, with all the additives and preservatives. And she was saying how it has not changed. In 6 years, nothing has landed on it. It has not. There's no mold. Nothing has changed. It is unchanged and sits there, and nothing happens.
I bet the Secret Service changes it every day.
They probably
put a fresh burger. Got Get a fresh burger. Put the fresh burger there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was an experiment.
6 years. Yeah. And it's still hot. I walk by, there's steam coming off, and it still smells good.
We are so sorry. What terribly miscommunicated. Yeah, we talked about The Bachelorette, I think. We talked about everything. So,
was there any point you looked over while you're telling jokes and you see the president? That's got to be a tremendous high.
Yes, it was just tremendously strange and great. And it was also, when you look out into the crowd, you recognize everyone looking back at you.
Oh man, Jesus.
It was like being in a wax museum.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all these people that are
seen them.
Yeah, there's
for
like
years.
Robert De Niro's right there, and you're like, yeah, there's that guy who's a national treasure, and now I'm going to make fun of him.
Oof.
But it was still. I still look back on it as like, well, that strangest moment and most kind of exhilarating.
Yeah.
Of my life.
That's like being thrown out there.
Yeah, my kid. We introduced him to the president. We just introduced him to the president. But you have a private little audience with the president, you and 200 other people. And
Did you just start bitching about stuff? Look, you!
Yeah, I was like, what's going on with the trains?
Hey, come on!
How come? Why are they so slow in our country? I thought we were getting fast trains.
Bullet train, right?
Yeah.
It's time.
I feel like we've been saying this for 30 years. Oh, trains. Come on.
It's more like just shake his hand. Hi, hello, sir.
You're so great.
Yeah, 200 people. You don't get any time, really.
You get about 2 minutes. And
really?
Yeah.
What'd you do with your 2 minutes?
Yeah, what'd you do
with your 2 minutes?
I vomited onto him.
That would have
lost
made an
control
impression.
of myself.
Lose your bowels.
Yeah, they were very. I invited my entire family, so I was dragging 11 other people around.
Were you nervous, or was it so overwhelming that you handled it okay?
The meeting of him or the gig?
The meeting.
No, I was so concerned about what was coming on later that I don't know if I could. I mean, it was the moment was like, this is great. Okay, I might be killed in just a few hours by a group of people upstairs. So I was guarding my jokes. I had them in a binder. I felt like launch codes to something, and I wasn't gonna. But my kid, for real, started vomiting right before we met.
Oh man!
And then I thought, are we going to infect the president?
Yeah,
this would be great.
I started vomiting right after he was elected.
Oh my gosh!
Let's see that.
Yeah,
that's what
toilet
happens.
Open. Open
what
toilet.
A great
sink.
idea.
Faucet on. Pause.
Idea.
Xbox. Jeez, I'm gonna vomit.
Was your kid nervous or sick?
Sick, for real.
Oh,
wow,
no.
Man. And we all got sick 2 days later.
Really?
Yeah, and I would tell my agents.
So Obama might have got sick, but he can't tell the country he's sick.
He has special medicine.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's got the good stuff.
Yeah, but I told my agents after that, I was like, yeah, I got sick on Tuesday or on Monday. They're like, yeah, of course you did. It was a big letdown. I was like, no.
No,
it was
literally
sick. It was not nerves releasing or adrenaline flowing out of me. I was really ill, and it happened on the plane.
Oh wow, that's terrible.
The worst.
Air
Force One.
Yeah, it was Air Force One. No, it was
Air Force 747.
Air Force 4, which is it was Jimmy Carter's plane. They still fly it around. So they got sick, and then we were heading towards. We had stayed out all night for the last couple nights, thinking, okay, we're just a little bit tired, maybe a little. We went into the bathroom right before we got on the plane, and my wife and I were like, "You feeling okay?"
Oh no!
And we're like, we're going, and then thank God we were in first class. That's all.
I say that every time.
Thank God.
Would you be?
Because if we weren't on the aisle, we would have. It would have been that plane would have been patient zero. That we would have. It would have been puking. Well, my wife was puking and I was shitting.
Oh wow!
But it would have been like 12 monkeys when we got out of there.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe you got food poisoning from the White House.
No, because my kid got sick 2 days before.
Right.
Then we got sick 2 days later. I think I must have gone, and my friend, the guys who helped me write the Correspondents Dinner, their name Boyd Vico and Brad Stevens, were sitting right next to me, and they just, every time I'd come back from the bathroom, they'd look at me just like, you poor man.
Oh,
and I was, and this is going to sound horrible, but I was burping the whole time, too. I was just concentrating for 5 hours, just like, don't Don't. And so my wife and I were just tag teaming.
Wait, don't puke, you mean?
Don't puke. I was having it come out,
You're better off taking dumps, though. That's the vomiting on a plane.
Stop with your medical jargon.
Some would say...
I would go with puking.
No way.
Because if it's the type of shitting he was going through, you can't control that.
Puking's a lot faster to get.
Nah, but that queasiness, that fucking... How many times did she throw up? More than twice?
Oh.
The whole flight?
15 times.
And then you're going down and you feel like the air cabin pressure changing and you're like, I'm gonna vomit. Oh, fuck that.
Oh, it was, and we really the entire time were just going back and forth. And
What a letdown after
awful flight.
I was
after a great gig.
2 nights ago, I was entertaining the president.
Oh my God.
And now I'm defiling a plane.
Yeah, exactly.
And then as soon as we got home, my 9-year-old started puking. So the entire family.
Food poisoning. They didn't like one of your jokes. They were giving you a little taste.
They gave you something
to keep you in line.
I knew it.
Yeah.
A little eye drop on your
something on his food. Put something in his food.
Just
I didn't like that joke.
Right, a little bit.
That's what he sounds like.
Kid looked a little peaked. Give me the presidential shot.
But I lost
Weren't you glad, by the way, that it didn't happen? Imagine if that happened the morning of the gig.
Could you imagine?
Oh,
I don't know what I would have done.
You have to get. I guess you have to get a doctor to shoot you up with something if they can. Is there anything they can give you?
I
don't know.
You could have cortisone. That's just the first thing that pops in my mind.
Cortisone.
Just shoot me up with cortisone.
It's good for like a couple hours.
I don't know what I would have done.
2 days.
I really don't know what I would have done.
2 days.
Thank God you
2
didn't
days
have
prior, and it would have been that would have been amazing, actually.
It would have been. There would have
projectile vomiting on the president would have just been amazing.
Would have just died from exhaustion trying to manage it.
What would they do if you literally could not
They would
perform?
just close with Obama. Like, if they had to, they would just do Obama because he's the he's the guy.
Yeah, he's always really good.
They make you follow him. That sucks.
We didn't even talk about the movie. That's why you're here. And
we got to talk about the movie.
I know you have to get out of here.
Yeah, we got Kelly and Michael, guys.
Let's not dilly-dally. You got to get over to CNN. Buzz Aldrin said that to me. I asked a question. He told me I was dilly-dallying.
Oh, is he a curmudgeon?
Oh, he
did?
He's not a nice man, Joel.
No, he's a douche. But
I've been to space.
Yeah, went to the moon.
What have you done?
That's exactly what it is, and I didn't even argue with him. He's right.
He gets I walked on the moon pass for everything.
Yeah, he really does.
That's it.
He's very
walked on the moon. Be as nasty as you want to be.
But he should be the last person that's pissed about anything.
Yeah.
He walked on the moon.
He has seen the Earth for how insignificant it is, and perhaps, maybe I need that. Maybe I need to look at the Earth and go, we're all just here on this big blue marble.
No, you need to see the Earth for the beauty it has. You already see it for how insignificant it is, and all the
that's true.
Little worms on it that should be crushed.
You people are ants. Terrible. I can't believe this. I've been tricked.
Turning into
Buzz
Regis.
Aldrin. The movie. Let's do the movie.
Yes.
Deliver us from evil.
It's called Deliverance.
You scared me. I thought I read it wrong. I'm trying to make reading mistakes because I'm cute. It's in theaters July the 2nd.
Yeah, there's no other movies opening.
No.
It's not like Melissa McCarthy's coming in here later to promote a movie that opens the same day.
No, she is.
Well, she actually
is. Literal Jim.
Oh, my gosh, you guys.
Boy.
She's going to be here in about a half hour.
Damn. Believe it.
Well, there's no reason people can't see both movies on the same day.
You know what?
Oh,
That's
Jimmy.
Right. They're very
nice
similar
of you.
experiences, too.
What is you were with Eric Bana, who I really like.
Yeah, he's great.
He's pretty good.
He's a very handsome man.
You see Chopper?
I saw. Yeah, Chopper's amazing.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but I remember loving it. It was really violent.
You ever see Black Hawk Down?
Chopper. Yes, Black Hawk Down.
Is he in that?
You ever see Hulk?
Yeah, I've seen him.
You ever see Star Trek?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
You ever see
Astronauts, Time Traveler's Wife?
Oh, he was in that.
Yeah.
That's right.
A lot.
He's very good. You ever, the recent one with Marky Mark, Soldier.
Yeah.
That Army
Is
one.
he Army of One, whatever?
No.
No.
It's,
Soul Survivor,
Soul Survivor.
Lone Survivor.
Last man surviving.
Last man standing.
Lone
Something?
Survivor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A hat for
A hat for the hat for the soldier.
For Algernon.
Wow, what a reference.
So you play a cop.
Yeah, I think I came in last summer, and I was doing this at the time.
Oh.
We shot it in the Bronx at night.
A year ago, and now you come and go, hey, remember that thing I did a year ago?
Remember like an exact year ago?
You're on a rule.
That's got to be weird.
We've all aged.
You're on to new things, and now you have to go backwards to promote this. That's got to be a little strange.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is, right?
It reminds me of making a left turn.
It's terrible.
New York City.
Without an arrow. You got to lay on that hole.
I'm doing well. Dang it.
What's this about?
It's about demonic possession.
Oh.
It's a serious movie.
Oh, damn.
There's lots of. I get into a knife fight. A lot of like a kid's getting killed and lots of violence and blood.
Is it scary?
It's a scary movie.
Gonna jump?
Did you see the movie Sinister?
Yes.
It's the same guy who wrote it.
All right, that's pretty scary stuff.
You know, like in Sinister, there's kids getting run over by lawnmowers and drowning in pools. And
oh, man.
So this is a much harsher version.
I'm going to jump?
You will jump.
Before the movie starts, I'll jump.
You will be the weirdo that's dragged out of the theater. This is exactly what I don't like.
I hate this.
People are scaring me. Yeah.
When's the premiere? Like, when is the actual...
Premiere is tonight, but July 2nd is the opening of this Melissa McCarthy's movie, and this indie movie called Transformers.
Transformers with the Marky Mark.
Picked a great weekend to open.
Look, we were there first.
Right.
And then everyone showed up. It was like, but I feel like we're going to beat everyone.
Yeah.
You hear that, Melissa? We have very similar movies.
Yeah. I might actually be at the premiere tonight.
Oh. Then you could please. I made that up. I'll give you a ticket to it if you want.
Thanks, man. I can't. I gotta work. I tried to sound like I was really cool and in the know. If I have a gig.
Do you know Olivia Munn?
We've had her on. Yeah,
she's on.
She wouldn't stop texting me. What do you want?
This is a good problem. Why would you complain about that?
Because I'm like, come on, enough. How many nude pictures do I need? I've seen you. Thanks, nice, but I'm not interested.
What is wrong with you guys?
I'm busy.
He's got a brand new car he's already complaining about.
Bitching and moaning.
These models that keep texting me.
They won't stop. Come on, Jim.
Leave me alone.
Winky face.
TV on. Xbox on.
Xbox. Make her go away.
Yeah, come on. I don't appreciate the vulgarity. What if someone finds my phone?
Xbox delete nudes.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Your phone just explodes.
Or the phone goes, what news?
Yeah. Is that burger really on a thing?
That was true. And I don't want to say it was McDonald's.
Maybe whatever it was. Yeah.
Eventually, I would like to work with it.
Could have been right.
How is it presented? Is there Tupperware around it or anything?
It is. There's no lid.
Nothing. It's just
shrine.
Sits in a windowsill on a plate.
Oh, you can just eat it.
It's crazy.
Is it on a cam so we could check it out?
Yeah,
that would be nice.
It's on a cam.
She should have made a cam,
right?
So we could check it out.
6 years later,
get a little drop cam on there.
Shell, why didn't you think of that?
I would watch Burger Cam.
Yeah, I'd want to star in the movie.
White House Burger Cam.
That probably would have been better than White House Down.
Yes.
But what's her point?
I'm kidding. That movie was amazing.
If no one could see the thing and she doesn't really talk about it, what's the point?
Apparently she does talk about it.
She has talked about it, I think.
Where?
She yaps to everyone that sits next to her about it.
She knows Joel's not going to be able to keep
tell you about my burger.
I'm preaching it all over the place.
All right.
She knew it would finally get out.
Her kids, too. She's probably like, the kids probably, if they want to eat like shit, she's like, look at that thing. It hasn't budged in fucking...
It's a pretty good deterrent.
She goes, look at that thing. It hasn't done anything in 6 years. And she points at her husband.
We knew what you were going to
Oh, my God. See what I did?
We're having fun, man.
You're the bullet train.
I know. You're a personal friend now, and I apologize.
So what did you say to him when you met him? What did you say, like, when he walked over?
Hi. Well, how are you? Me? I'm fine.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
What are you?
Do you feel a little insignificant when you meet the president?
My kid, he knew.
Even though you have a great career.
Oh yes, that I don't have command over armies.
But you realize
he could blow up the earth.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
The number of things that he deals with compared to, but my kid walked right up to him and I said, I go, when you meet the president, you shake his hand and you look him in the eye, and he's like, all right. And he walked up to him and he goes, hi, are you Edward? And he goes, I'm Eddie.
Oh,
like,
man.
Nice. So I was like, yeah, that's my, he just corrected the president.
Right?
I mean, technically the president wasn't wrong, but still.
Yeah. He made it more familiar.
Good for your son.
Yeah. I'm Eddie.
Yeah.
It was just
nice.
I'm Eddie Barry.
He's got balls.
Should have said that.
He said Barry.
How close is a guy to him? Is there really a guy behind him carrying a football suitcase at all times? There's that rumor that there's
no, it's like a college-sized football.
It's literally a football, yes.
Full of launch codes, and they have to deflate it, rip it open. There's people everywhere. And so when you can't, a lot of it, they're off to the sides, but if you were to, I'm assuming you would not be able to do a thing.
But in that setting, they might be a little more relaxed.
Yes, and those people, yes, they had our IDs, excuse me, they had all of my ideas. I don't know how they
how did they do that?
But they had, the background checks had been done and all that stuff. So that had already been, done.
You should have impromptu, you just go into that Travis Bickle speech to the Secret Service guy.
Great, yes.
Hey, I know what that is, and, I'm looking to become a Secret Service agent. He probably would have gotten a big laugh out of it.
Well, why don't you write your number down?
Write your number down.
6 digits.
Great.
Ironically, De Niro was there in the room. So
See? Yeah, there you go.
He should have gone into the speech.
He should have. Would have been huge.
We've learned a lot.
Yes,
did you meet him?
Did today.
De Niro?
Yeah.
Yes, that's afterwards.
Nice. Picture?
Because we
had
had
a picture?
I did not get a picture.
Neither did Jimmy.
It's in my heart. Okay?
I remember
Jimmy wants
here.
a picture with De Niro. That's why I bring it up.
No,
but
I made fun of him, and I was like, are you going to hit me? And he was very nice.
When the president's there, though, like De Niro and all those guys are just second rate. When you get Obama there, who cares about those guys?
But they'll probably, allow you to get a picture because Obama's in the room.
Of course.
They'll be like, yeah, fuck, you can take a picture of me.
Did you get one of those good
De Niro's
presidential pictures,
Yeah,
though,
we got
where
a
you're
good-
shaking hands and looking at the camera kind of a thing?
Right, like we just signed a peace deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And where'd you meet? Was it Oval Office?
No, he came to the hotel. That's where.
Oh, I see.
That's where the reception.
You didn't go to the White House?
We did go. We had a tour of the White House.
Oh, so you saw the Oval Office?
What?
You saw the Oval Office?
Well, we couldn't. I have seen it before.
Oh, wait,
on
excuse
a different
me.
tour.
Excuse me.
Oh, someone's bragging.
But look, you brought it up. Walked right into it.
You're right.
We couldn't go there because that day Angela Merkel, the leader of Germany, was there, and they were trying to figure out what they were going to do with Putin.
That's sex pot.
So my older brother was like, I don't know, why can't we go over there? I'm like, they're working out the world right now. Okay,
world,
why don't
sure.
you let them figure? Let's go look at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know? Here's a fun fact about the White House. Did you know at one point they had 4 elephants walking around there?
What?
One president was given elephants, and there was one thing. It was like, well, we're going to put the elephants.
Who would give the president elephants? Had to be a long time ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was like 100 years ago.
Well, yeah.
Where'd they walk around?
The grounds,
walking around
the property, and they fed out. They finally had a huge barbecue.
Oh, it must have been a Republican thing.
No.
Oh.
It was not.
I thought it was like, hey, look.
I think it was before even the...
before they did that
before
whole
it was all...
donkey elephant thing?
Yeah, it was way before.
The Whigs? Was it the Whig party?
Whig party, yes.
Yeah.
It was the Whigs.
Those wacky Whigs.
I should have gone out on the elephant story.
Yeah.
No, I'm interested.
No.
I distracted myself.
We actually got to get you out of here because
Yeah.
we got to prepare. We got to prepare for our Melissa McCarthy
Prepare
interview.
for that. Delivers from Evil. Only movie opening on July 2nd.
Yes, that's
Only
right.
movie opening.
Great
Please.
date movie.
Great. It is.
Yes, because the
It is
girl
a great
gets
date.
scared.
Which
you
means it
comfort
sounds
her.
like you won't be going then.
Oh, well, I'll probably be home with my Xbox.
Date. Inflate.
And tell Olivia.
Inflate.
Tell Olivia I said hello and just enough.
All right. I'll let
Enough.
her know.
Jimmy.
She'll be like, you're kidding. He said
Yeah.
that.
It's frustrating.
Then she'll cry, and then I'll text you.
Yeah, no. I've heard it all before.
I'll let her know. All right, I'm leaving.
Joel McHale,
All right.
everyone. Thank you,
Buddy,
Joel.
sir.
Hi, buddy.
Deliver us from evil.
Opie and Anthony.
Digging through the history.
Here's a 20th anniversary Opie and Anthony radio gem.
Hey, guys, let's say hi to Bob Kelly. Bob.
What's up? What's up?
Hi, fella.
Colin was in the other day, and he was telling us a story about you and Seinfeld, and it was a little embarrassing.
Yeah, that friggin' son of a bitch Seinfeld douchebag.
Would you like to tell us the story?
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the Tonight Show right now. Hey, Johnny. Remember when he was filming Comedian?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Well, he
yeah.
was... That son of a bitch was coming down with this little camera crew, and I never talked to him. I never said nothing to him. I never say nothing to famous people when they come down there. And there's certain comedians...
You're
that
talking about the Comedy Cellar, by the way, where most of that movie Comedian was filmed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Where all the big-time New York comics hang out when they're not on the road.
Right.
All right, there you go. Sorry.
Thanks. So, this son of a bitch comes down. I never say nothing to him. One night he says something to me. I say something back. I feel like we build up a rapport.
Rapport?
You know what I mean? Like it was
What did
like
he say?
organic.
Excuse me?
What's the code? Because there's a door code to get down.
Is this seat taken?
Well, you know, it was kind of like a little conversation we had.
Yeah.
So I went and I did this gig up in Buffalo 2 days later.
Mm-hmm.
The worst gig of my life. I have to hire my own driver to pick me up to drive me to the gig.
Oof.
This guy picks me up in a van, one of those, cool vans with the captain seats and the TV and the, VCR. And
nice.
So he's got every Seinfeld episode ever. And he's got headphones on. And he's not watching and he's listening to them.
Jesus.
This guy's a Seinfeld freak. So we're driving to the gig. He's telling me about Seinfeld. He finds out I'm a comedian. He starts calling me Jerry.
Oh, gee.
Oof.
I took him out we went to lunch. I had because we had like an hour to kill.
Yeah.
So the whole time he's telling me about, his family, and he's like, Jerry, and I'm like, Bob. He's like, oh, I know, but I just really like Jerry. So I'm like, okay, call me Jerry.
Oh, my God, that's weird.
So then I go to do this gig. It's outside, after a band, in the rain, in the afternoon, next to a skydiving simulator, at a beer fest.
So how was the gig?
It was all right. It wasn't that bad.
You pulled it off.
So this gig was hell. So I go back to New York. I met this guy. I mean, I lived this Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Jerry and tell him the gig, tell him about the gig. So the first time we talked, we made a bet. I was making bets, and he jumped in on the bet. So I owed him $1 because he won the bet. That's why that was our conversation.
Oh, okay.
So he's on stage.
You remember what the bet was?
Yeah, it was if Gretzky was on the team that when the Rangers won the Stanley Cup, and no, he wasn't.
All right.
And so he walks off stage, and I got my dollar out, and there's like a crowd of people going nuts. He walks by me at the foot of the stairs in the cellar, and I go, "Here's your $1. You won the bet." And he looks at me with like almost take that, he could smell dog shit, but he doesn't know where it is. Look.
Yeah.
And he took the $1, which kind of annoyed me that he took the $1.
Of course.
I didn't say, nah, it's all right, don't worry about it. He took it.
Yeah.
I go, but I got a story for you first. He goes, you want your $1 back? So in my head, I'm like, what a fucking dick. Then he walks up 2 stairs, and he turns around, and he goes, I'll be upstairs in the back corner eating. So when you're done, come up, and we'll talk upstairs. So I go, all right, man, I'll be up. I'm doing my set. Right after my set, I'll come up. We'll sit. We'll talk. He goes, not you. He was talking to the lady next to me. I was so... You understand, there's a crowd of people there. The lady next to me looked at me like, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
And then he just walked up the stairs.
How embarrassing. Oh, for that split second, you're like, oh, my God, Jerry's inviting me up to his table. I'm going to hang. And then, not you.
I said it so confident, too. I was like, dude, I got to do my set, but right when I'm done with my set,
right.
I'll be up and I'll join you. And we'll talk about stories.
I got to do my craft.
Not you, in that Jew voice, that his just big fat lips, just not you.
Opie and Anthony are back. On with the fart jokes. On Sirius XM.
I know nothing to say. Someone has taken my place. When times go bad, when times go rough, won't you lay me down in the tall grass and let me do my stuff?
Why are we playing this?
Mick Fleetwood is 67 today.
Oh.
More importantly, Al Molinaro. Al Molinaro.
Huh? From Happy Days?
95 today.
What?
Al Molinaro.
Wow, he's still alive?
Big Al is still alive.
Big Al.
Al Del Vecchio.
That's right.
Wow.
95.
95.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
That's my impression.
I like it.
We all remember him as Murray the Cop from The Odd Couple. Well, not all of us remember him as that, but if you're a child of the 80s, you do remember. Really?
Oh,
well, perhaps.
Odd Couple was one of those shows. That we
Big
grew
show
up
in the
with.
80s.
Child of the 80s stuff. Hey, we got an update on the KFC girl.
Oh, yeah.
We had so much fun with this last week.
You're laughing at Sam.
Wow, what's wrong, Sam?
Just the original run of The Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70 to 75.
Yeah, but it was reruns.
What's a rerun?
Oh, very good.
Fat black guy who was a great dancer.
We watched it in rerun.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the little girl that we talked about last week and had a lot of fun with.
Oh, the poor girl.
You know, the one that got kicked out of KFC because, you know, she was disturbing other customers.
Yeah, someone in KFC said she was scaring the other customers because her face was disfigured from being attacked
by pit bull.
3 pit bulls that her grandfather owned.
I know hindsight's didn't that not sound right when it happened? Like,
it was too much fun, though.
it sounded weird. I
with
believed it, but I was like, something didn't sound right about it, even though I did.
Well, the interview with the grandma, I think, with the
Yeah.
pit bulls still barking in the background, they didn't, it seems like they didn't even get rid of the dogs that caused this horrific thing.
I believe they were euthanized, but they probably
were.
got new dogs, maybe, or they had more dogs than the ones that were involved in the attack.
How about if that happens to your granddaughter, you
don't have
euthanize
more dogs.
everything?
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
think the little girl wants to hear a dog barking anytime soon.
No.
The injuries were horrific.
Poor kid.
So they supposedly told her to leave, and that caused a major outrage, and she got all sorts of money and things.
KFC said they were going to donate $30,000 to her medical.
But that was just the start.
Yeah, that was just
for
the start.
ski mask.
Because then they had a online.
And everyone just donated. A lot of people were very generous.
Yeah.
They felt really sorry for her. And what happened with the KFC thing, especially.
Raised over $100,000.
Right. Well, it's a hoax.
Oh, boy.
There's
Not the fact that she was attacked.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's even a lie. She's showing off.
It's a hoax. Really? No. Not even.
No. Dumb tits.
Oh, my God.
Maybe people walk by our studio. That's all we can tell you at this point. So they're still in the reportedly a huge hoax, but it was a huge hoax. The KFC.
Yeah. This grandma, I think she looks exactly like the type of white trash you see on Cops.
Sure.
Outside a trailer yelling that her husband hit her and
hoax that never happened. Apparently, the entire incident in the restaurant was cooked up as an elaborate publicity stunt to raise money. A lot of this shit's going on these days, man. Mm-hmm. After the KFC franchise, where the incident allegedly took place, became suspicious of the timeline presented by Victoria's family, they hired an independent investigator who has yet to release their final report.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. But a source tells the Laurel Leader Call that the story completely falls apart upon basic fact-checking. Security footage does not put Victoria or her grandmother, who claimed to be with her, in the KFC, or even another KFC.
Oh, boy.
The day the incident supposedly occurred. And apparently no one made their order for mashed potatoes and sweet tea that day either. No one even ordered mashed potatoes and sweet tea as part of a larger order. The family had been raising money on GoFundMe for Victoria's medical bills, and as the Clarion Ledger reports, their widely reported story gave a serious boost to donations.
It certainly did.
More than $135,000 has been raised through the online donation site. Wow.
Now, let me tell you something.
Since June 13th.
If that stupid grandmother was trying to bilk people out of money, then she should be fucking executed. But if this money is being used for the poor little kid, you got to almost look at the end justifies the means kind of a thing. If there's this desperation going on that this kid needs surgeries and just there's no recourse, no money, then it's almost a commendable thing. But I don't trust this old bitch as far as I can throw her bag of bones.
But who's the asshole that asked for their money back? Yeah, I gave $10,000, but you lied about the KFC incident, so I need my money back.
Right.
As that kid is still suffering somewhere.
Does she look really bad? I remember.
It was brutal.
You know what?
Man.
There's a
She
lot
lost
of
an eye.
scarring.
She, what the hell? There was a whole list of things.
She's very cute, but you could tell, like, oh boy, she's very scarred up now. I don't know what kind of, as time goes by, or what kind of corrective surgery they could do to her face. But, I'm sure the money will help.
Yeah.
Fucking ass. Pit bulls can be real dicks. Like, any dogs can be, but pit bulls can be real
Jimmy,
dicks.
they're the most misunderstood breed.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I want to apologize to all pit bulls and pit bull owners.
Dan Soder talking about when the pit bull is on the 6th death shake. The 6th death shake. We got a lot of pit bull owners that get mad whenever you talk about how vicious they are. But the fact of the matter is, most of the time when you get an attack from a dog that is very serious, it's usually a Rottie or a pit bull. Now, people will like, the dog that attacks the most is a Chihuahua. Shut the fuck up. What's that little piece of shit gonna do? Yeah. You fling him across the room.
How many women have said that when I took my dick out?
What are you going to do?
Wait.
Bill Burr says his pit bull's nice.
There are some great, nice pit bulls, I bet. But to tell you the truth, if you have 3 pit bulls that are cohorting with each other, and you put a little kid into the mix, you're a fucking idiot. And you should be arrested for a child endangerment.
So the fund before the KFC incident only got $595. So then, this smart grandma came up with this scheme like, well, fuck, I know how we could get the money up. That's kind of smart on her part.
Again, if it's for the kid, that's brilliant. If it's for her fucking, to
line her pocketbook.
Line her pocket to buy some more menthol cigarettes.
She turned the $595 into $135,000.
Righteous.
Yeah. Let's see. According to Bill Kellum, the lawyer representing Kelly Mullins, Victoria's grandmother, the family has not yet decided whether or not to take the money from KFC, but apparently KFC will honor the donation even if the incident is proven to be fake.
They come out looking great in this because they were initially the villains in this. They donate money and then find out it was a hoax, and then they still give the money. That's great PR for them.
Right.
I do like their potatoes and gravy. I'll tell you that much.
I haven't had KFC chicken in so long.
KFC chicken.
Holy fuck, is it good.
Right?
So a bucket of chicken smells so good.
Good.
Wow. So somebody from KFC posted on a website, they have pledged the money even if it's proven that the incident never happened. At this point, their story is full of holes. Any thinking person who follows their timeline can see it. The event at KFC never happened.
Yeah.
So they're a little pissed. They have to offer the money no matter what.
Yeah.
They don't want to because they probably hate the grandmother, but...
Yeah. Well, as long as they make sure it's going to the kid.
Right.
I'd like to see if any of the money that was being given has been spent as of yet and what it's been spent on.
Yeah, was it
like,
bills?
Let's see what this grandma has been spending money on. If she's buying a fucking Jag... there's a problem.
New Jaguar, yeah.
It's a problem.
Well, we got the people with their comments. Let's say hi to Frank in Missouri.
Frank was better.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Why do these people need to pass the hat? They've got Obamacare to pay all this kid's medical bills.
Well, that's true.
Well, it's the cosmetic stuff. You don't want a little girl to be scarred, I
I'm
guess.
sure there's no fucking... It's not covered.
Let them cover a sex change. Maybe they can make her face look like a
oh, Jesus. You fucking...
Like a what?
A cunt. He's brutal.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Well, can they do that? I mean, it's just a logical question for other situations.
I don't think plastic surgery is covered.
No?
I don't
Even
think
for a little girl that was attacked by a pit bull?
Yes, I don't think it's covered. I honestly, I think that's cosmetic.
A blonde little girl with blue eyes?
I think any of the surgeries that helps her eat better, breathe better, things like that would save her life or make her life easier physically, is covered. But as far as just, hey, we got to make her look better, I don't think that shit's covered. I think you need the donations.
Let's go to Bobby in Kentucky. Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Hey, that bit on I'm sorry, but with Dan Soder and Ant and Opie, you guys were ranting about that. Dan had a line that had me laughing all fucking day. He said maybe the dog was trying to give the girl sweet orbital bone crushing kisses. I could not stop laughing.
That's a good
Hilarious.
Well, it's going to be on our podcast tomorrow, by the way.
Terrible.
Every Wednesday, it's Opie and Anthony podcast day, and that's going to be on the podcast tomorrow. So thank you, Bobby.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's say hi to Devin in Wisconsin. Devin.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hey.
Hi, Devin.
Hey, as a pit bull owner my whole life, I'm not going to be the typical person to just come out and say that you guys are bashing the breed, but I will tell you that a lot of the problems with the breed has to do with inbreeding of the same bloodlines of these dogs.
Of the owners?
That happened. Yes, well, yeah, pretty much that too. But
yeah.
I've had a pit bull. She's 14 years old now. She was my son's first birthday present. And never had a problem with her. Most docile dog. But you just got to stay away from the people, the inner city people who inbreed these things and turn them into fighting dogs.
Well, there is this want for these dogs to be aggressive in some cultures. They do love a good, vicious fucking pit bull around the house, and I think those are a huge problem. And, some of these white trash assholes, too. That's for sure.
Look up trunking on.
I'm busy.
No.
Trunking.
Trunking?
Yes, when you call yourself Eddie and you say classic metal.
Bon Jovi fans since day one.
These guys down in Milwaukee and Chicago, they'll take two dogs and they put them in the trunk of a car, and they shut the trunk.
Oh, right, I heard about that.
Up real loud, and they drive
think
around
that's
the
true,
city. And I
don't know. I heard about this. Although I wouldn't put anything past anyone. I saw a fucking picture yesterday that was sickening. It was in some African nation, I gather, and it was a bunch of Africans, and they had a cat nailed to a cross, and they were walking around with it as some symbolic Christianity bullshit, but of course taken in some uncivilized extent. Extreme, and it was just
why would
poor cat nailed.
Why would the cat volunteer to do that?
See, the cat, much like Jesus, didn't volunteer for it.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do.
What's the purpose of that, though? Do we know what the purpose of that is?
I don't know. I'm sure it's some kind
is
of,
it part of their culture, or is it just a bunch of assholes?
Was there a little sign over the cat that said, "I cover my duty"?
No, it's awful. He was nailed to the cross through his little paws,
right?
And then his midsection was like tied. I guess because he was hanging too much, and he looked like he was dead. It's so fucking infuriating
at that point. No,
so I wouldn't put anything past anyone as far as what people will do to animals.
All right, let's go to Jake in Philly. Jake.
Yeah, listen, fuck that last faggot caller talking about his nice little pit bull. My neighbor was the same exact way. When I was a little kid, we had this neighbor that had a fucking pit bull. In '93 in Philly, there was a really bad snowstorm, so I wore one of those face cover masks that, robbers wear, the typical robbers wear, but just your eyes and mouth.
The one when you're a kid, it cakes up with snot under the nose hole?
Yeah.
It was delicious, yeah.
Ew. Disgusting.
So I'm outside playing in the
Yeah, those things went away. It just doesn't get cold enough anymore in the Northeast for those. Yeah, I think so.
Goes good with a hoodie.
Busted for blacks, exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
say that.
Back to the story. So this fucking dog runs out of my neighbor's yard, see me with this mask, lunges at my face, bit my face. I had to get 12 stitches in my lip. He ripped my fucking lip off. I'm 30 years old. I still have scars.
Does it look bad?
It looks, well, freakily enough, I was so young. I won't bore you guys. A long story short, he bit.
Too late.
You want to get bit in the face? That's where you want to get bit. A lot of it grew back because I was so young.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you?
I doubt
tail for a lip?
I doubt you ever want to be bit in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter how young you are.
No.
And imagine just going.
Wouldn't the ass be the best place?
Well, no,
Back of the leg.
A lot of meat back there.
Yeah, the dick.
You know.
But imagine going to school in 5th grade. You're a kid. You're getting your balls busted. This wound was 3 months. It took 3 months to heal. I couldn't go out in the sun. It was.
Well, it's nothing compared to what this poor girl's got going for her. You see her face and her little eye patch?
She doesn't have an eyeball.
It's terrible.
I was just playing with the dog. Bit my face off.
Mr. Malone again.
Yeah. Terrible.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Hang in there.
Yeah, these pit bull owners sometimes, and I do understand, there's sort of a thing to, kick these dogs around and make them vicious, but I think there is some type of something innate in their DNA that might have a propensity toward biting, and they're a big dog to be biting.
Yeah.
Land alligator was that
was funny, yeah.
Land alligator.
Let's go to Peter in Texas. Peter.
Pumpkin eater.
Yeah, he had a wife and used to put his... What, did we beat her or not beat her? I don't remember. I couldn't remember that goddamn rhyme. I would always sing it loud. My mother would go, Chipper, be quiet.
Of course she would. Sensible woman.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I was all sugared up.
Hey guys, I wanted to tell you about the Tommy Smythe video from ESPN. He was discussing this Italian player from the World Cup, and he was explaining that he wasn't doing well because he doesn't have enough jizz.
Jizz?
Really?
Yeah, it's on YouTube and everywhere. You just look it up. It's SMYTH.
Is there another meaning for the word jizz?
He just doesn't.
I have no idea.
Well, Costa Rica.
Hold on, here it is.
It's on a goal in the 44th minute by the captain, Brian Ruiz, certainly leading by example, getting the only goal of the game. And one of the things we talked about, Tommy, in the first half of play, as we see Italy getting ready to bring on Cassano, is Pirlo was not as involved. He got involved late in the first half. How about this? 36 touches in the first half. He had double, 72 in the first half versus England.
Yeah, and it was very noticeable. I mean, you could see it without even counting passes. You could notice that he just didn't have that. He didn't have that little bit of jizz in him today.
A little bit of what?
Jizz.
Oh, okay. Thiago Motta is going to be coming out.
A few minutes later.
Corner kick, Costa Rica.
And just in case you're wondering, in Ireland, jizz means you have no step on you. You have no little bit of get up and go.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, well, it seemed to have confused.
No, I had no idea.
It confused a lot of people. I just wanted them to.
I had no idea.
Okay.
Corner to the right of Buffon.
All right.
That's pretty good.
A little bit of get up and go on your back.
Yeah, exactly. Your breath smells like get up and go. Hey, you get up and go bucket. Why does your mother like black guys to get up and go on her face?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Good find, Peter. Thank you.
He's got no jizz in him.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Soccer doing very well. U.S.-Portugal, total of 25 million people tuned in America to watch that game.
Yeah?
25 million people were watching Sunday.
Yeah, boy, and
That's a big number.
Yeah.
And they blew it.
That's a big fucking number.
Well, they still have a chance against Germany. Think they got much of a chance?
I don't know.
Those Germans.
Yeah, they're not good at soccer because of the way they march.
You
they
think?
They keep
Good step, kick the ball.
Straight
Yeah,
line.
they kick the ball really far, but it goes under their leg a lot.
And then they try to hit it with their head, and it gets caught on that spiky helmet.
Yes. Yes, but they're really mean in Germany too. They call the soccer ball the Jew, and that's just inappropriate.
That is not nice at all.
Kicks the Jew. Why do I have to do that? We got it.
We get it, Jim.
Yeah. Rotten Germans.
Break time.
Well, oh, really?
We got to get ready. Yeah, we got to get ready for Melissa McCarthy.
Jesus Christ!
I got a good question for her.
Do you?
So how long have you been an actress?
If he says this, I'm just leaving the room. You'll hear that door squeak open and close like standalone fruit.
And who's Ben Falcone?
That's her husband. He was in the movie and he wrote and directed it.
Well, he's
thought
coming
he
in
was
too.
Brother of a famous DJ. No?
Yeah, Denny.
Denny's disappointed me.
Why? He's not doing your party?
He's not doing my party.
Why isn't he doing your party?
I thought it was the 4th. said it was the 5th for a long time. And for the love of God, he says, I got a wedding to do. He's got a wedding.
Bad career move.
But doesn't that just show you... No offense, Denny, but your idiocy is monumental. Like, there would be stories and they would talk about your business.
This would be legendary.
What can I do? I got a wedding.
Now he's going to do a wedding.
What am I going to do?
Now we'll do a wedding, and no one will talk about it. And
no.
You know, I'm going to have to
That was
depend
a bride.
Yeah.
Fucking yuck.
You have to depend on the Sonos system now.
Go get another DJ.
Yeah.
Really show it to Denny.
I don't want to
Shove it in his face.
I wanted Denny Falcone there.
Have who kid?
What?
All right.
You ever seen my house?
That's a good point. I'll do it.
There's 3 black people allowed at my house. Yeah. The one would be Carlton.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 2 are strategically placed around my yard.
Jesus.
It's not a very open policy. It's not very open-minded of you.
No, it's not.
Who kid's not allowed in your house?
No, Who Kid's been over. He was a pisser. He brought a friend. He was watching all of us sing karaoke like these white boys.
Oh, that's right.
White people are crazy.
He had a fun time.
Is this what white people do? It was like he was on some kind of an expedition.
Yeah.
Watching what crazy white people do in their native habitat.
Are you going, Sam?
I think so.
Yeah.
Stop acting like you're busy. You're not invited anywhere else.
It's going to be a good one.
Sam's acting like he's got things to do.
Got the same caterer coming. Does some good job. I think even Roland appreciated the food at the last outing. Going to put the big tent up, which is always good. And the pool is fucking ready to rock. So...
I got one of those bathing suits that wraps around the one leg.
Do you have that one half-a-thon for the guys where it grabs
Yeah.
your ball bag and your dick and then swings around?
I got one for the summer, so
yeah,
I'll wear that.
That's great, man.
Good boy. Is Lady Di coming to the party?
Nope.
She's been asking about it.
She will never come to my house.
Well, Colin thinks Colin is going to get her a car, and she's going.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. She's going to have a hard time getting in then.
You don't have any say in this. If Colin says Lady Di's coming to the party, she's coming to the party.
I mean, Colin has a +1, right?
That would be great.
Technicality, she's probably 2. So, you coming, Roland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
You always have delicious food.
Yeah.
The best, though. I mean, you always have the top quality.
It's the same guy that used to come over at K-Rock and cook
Yeah.
us the breakfasts, the steak and eggs and stuff.
What's your shirt say?
Team Harvey.
What's that?
Suits.
What is that thing you're wearing? It's like...
It's from Mr. DJ Who Kid.
Is it nunchucks?
Yeah, it's like a little Bruce Lee decked out in gold and diamonds.
It's a gold... He gave you bling?
He gave me bling. He said, this is you can walk around and use the N-word. So I was like, oh.
Oh, okay, that's like a...
Yeah, you have to snap your fingers first before you say it. Like if it's a waiter.
That's pretty cool.
Roland decided we had A-list guests in today, like Joel McHale and Melissa McCarthy. So he decided to wear a Suits t-shirt and a necklace with a gold-encrusted Bruce Lee Lego figure on it.
Spruce it up a bit.
It is a gold-encrusted Lego. Okay.
Yeah.
With a nunchuck.
Yeah, Joel wants one, so Who Kid's going to send him one, too. So.
Oh, yeah.
Any high fives in the subway for the team?
No, in soccer, they're very dangerous hooligans. So.
Hooligans, huh?
So I do not wear any soccer jerseys.
You're not going with the soccer jersey for high fives on the subway.
Not
What's
by
wrong with
US.
you?
Not if you're wearing a USA one.
No, I don't know, though, because
USA
they're very
would be
passionate.
huge.
Yeah.
People are very passionate.
But
Like,
you're not getting high fives for your Suits t-shirt
no, people are just very confused.
like we are. I don't know the first thing about Suits.
It's the best show ever.
Oh, all right.
You could really like fit into a group right now just by wearing a certain jersey, soccer jersey. Yeah, if you wear something like a Puerto Rico or fucking Dominican Republic or something like that, you'd fit in better. Or an Italian one. You go there, and then Italians are fucking talking to you. Yeah. USA, God knows what this country's made up of anymore, so that would be a kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah, Portugal's huge.
Portugal? Right. Yeah. Portugal. I would have worn an Italian one. They're out of it, though, right?
Yeah.
Italy? Italy.
Portugal's in. Team Messi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about China? Do they have a team?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I imagine they do, right?
They don't seem like the soccer type.
Why? They're low to the ground. They're probably great at it.
They're like actual size little foosball players.
Oh, I see.
Right. The foosball.
Melissa McCarthy next.
Mom said I can't play the foosball no more.
Yeah, she ran a little bit behind, so I'll check.
With her husband, Ben Falcone?
Yeah, Mr. Falcone.
Did you see the movie, Tammy?
Benny Falcone.
I did.
And?
It was funny.
Oh, boy.
All right. Nice. It looks
Sam,
funny.
I didn't see it, but I read reactions.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
read yours.
I went with Spencer.
And?
We both enjoyed it. It was funny.
Spencer.
What did you like about it?
It was like the buddy duo comedies.
My buddy.
What was it about?
She.
Did anyone say we're getting too old for this shit?
No.
Did they jump in a car and go whoa and then hit the ground?
I was very hot and I was tired, so.
How long did you sleep during this movie? That's a good sign if it's a good one or a bad one. Even the good ones, by the way, he sleeps part of the movie. So
who's ever hot in a
This
movie
one
theater?
is-
how many minutes did
Air
he sleep?
conditioned down
This
like a
one
meat
was an hour and a
freezer.
half movie.
Huh?
This was an hour and a half movie.
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too. How long did you sleep?
Snappy.
An hour and 20.
You slept most of the movie?
Yeah. But the beginning's really good, though.
That was the hesitation in the beginning.
I was sweating a lot, and then the air conditioning kicked in. It happens. It's called
The air conditioning's always on.
You can't be a big-time booker and then...
It's called the fat.
And then say on the radio that you slept for an hour and 20 minutes out of an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's a fat person like a beer coma.
Did you have a lot of food before the movie?
No, I didn't eat. No, I just had a cup of water, and then I took like an algae pill, which made
that'll make you drowsy,
so
right?
I was like sitting down, like, okay, it's getting good, and I woke up, I was like, oh, what's going on? I was like, oh no.
I could take a Sudafed. It's like I took drugs, like I took illegal drugs.
But it was funny what I saw. 2 thumbs up.
You're not supposed to take illegal drugs. So
no, but it's like...
How would you know if it's like that?
Imagine.
I took a Claritin.
I would imagine that being that buzzy and kind of whoa is pretty much how it would probably be.
Same thing.
To take illegal drugs.
Sal was just texting me about what a disturbance. Yeah. About what a disturbance Roland was in the last movie that they went to see together.
A lot of snoring?
A lot of snoring.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
What
He
movie?
will snore.
It's a gay porno.
No, the Lawrence Fishburne movie.
Oh, yeah?
Another snooze fest?
Jeez. They're all snooze fest for him. It's an exciting
my
one.
body protects me.
Your body protects you?
Sounds
From
like
a
he
bad
literally
movie?
he slept through the entire
The best is when he starts falling asleep and he starts falling into the aisle, but somehow he doesn't fall all the way.
That's what.
It's amazing that you could sleep like
That's how I
that.
woke up. Someone whacked a leg against my head.
Because they were getting back to their seat.
That's the only way you could tell he's falling asleep in the 3D IMAX, because he's got the glasses on. So then he falls asleep, and then you just see his head like going a way that heads aren't supposed to turn and twist.
Colin Quinn, everybody. What's up, Kyle?
Oh, guys, thanks for taking my call.
Oh, this is from yesterday.
No, I even explained to Jimmy, we didn't...
I give a shit.
Okay.
I give a shit.
Hey, what's up?
We were like saying goodbye, and they finally... As we were pushing the button, it said Colin Quinn. So
Timing issue, like
it was
the
horrible.
bombing of Pearl Harbor and the warning coming in.
So sorry about that from yesterday.
You guys are going to be saying goodbye to every fucking comedian when I just wave my hand.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Jeez. What the hell?
You got that kind of pull? I got that kind of juice.
All I'm saying is that it's all going to be worth it when that fucking car service pulls up.
If that lady dies, shows up at my house, that car service is turning right around, and I'm sending her wherever the fuck you are, Carl. She's not coming to my party.
Colin says
break up my party.
You said that if Falcone's not going to DJ, well, maybe she could fill in.
Oh, you should fill in my pool. That fat body. Get it?
All monkeys all the time. DJ.
All monkeys all the time. Yeah. No,
all right, she's not coming. All right. I just wanted to clarify that.
I've had Bobo at my parties, and I'm sure she would be more annoying to my friends and family than even Bobo.
All right. As long as we clarified that. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know.
What about you, Carl? Where will you be on the
I'll be in
field?
Philadelphia.
Oh, damn it.
For the next couple of weeks.
I have to pee. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, geez.
Yeah, we have to. I have to piss.
Oh. Okay, go ahead. I'll talk to Carl.
Don't let him go.
Oh, okay. What?
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, Jim.
Everyone left me. They all left me.
Thanks, Anthony.
Fucking faggots, they all left me.
Well,
Yeah.
now that they're gone,
Yeah.
Those two are cramping your fucking style and bringing you down so hard.
Thanks, Carl.
Everybody knows it except for you.
It's cramping my style.
To you, baby.
That's what I hear. I don't know though. What am I going to do? Carl, you're going to be in Philly, huh?
Yeah.
God damn it! It's going to be a big soiree.
I know. I'd like to come to the Big Bash. It's going to be quite an event, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm sure it'll be an end of summer pun. Maybe a summer solstice party at some point.
I got a little preview from the Nassau County Police Department Saturday.
Oh.
They showed up at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning because that party was going from Friday into Saturday, and apparently the music was very loud for many hours.
Yeah. Well,
Help.
it's going to be cool. Hello?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, who's that? Well, you guys called me. I don't know. Hi. Diana, I got bad news.
Yeah, what? Colin, what?
The party, there's a kibosh on the party, apparently, for...
what? No.
There's no party. The party's not... I mean, you're not invited, I'm not invited. We're both out.
Oh, that's a shame.
Anthony's got a full guest list. There'll be another summer solstice at the end of the year, I bet, you know?
I'm thinking, Labor Day. There's usually
Maybe
a big
a Labor Day
party, but again, Lady Di.
Some nice culottes we had out there.
Culottes.
Some nice culottes, you know.
Lady Di, you can't come
Anthony,
to my house.
Anthony,
What?
All right, I can't come to your house. But if you ever invite me to your house, me and Marion to your house, we would definitely behave ourselves.
It's impossible for you to behave yourself. It's impossible for you to behave yourself. It's not within your person to behave yourself.
What are you talking about?
And then you have accidents. You think I want you having an accident in my pool like a child at a water park?
No.
I have to close it off and shock the pool?
He's holding that one. He's holding that one incident against you. I mean.
One incident. She craps herself. She pukes. She pisses.
I don't do that anymore. That was a virus.
Oh, it was a virus. That's what I want. A virus in my pool. That's what I want.
No, you don't have a virus. You're not going to have a virus.
If you go in my pool and take a dump in there or puke, there will be a virus. I will have to clear the pool out. It will ruin the party.
Lady Di, he's just trying to be funny for the show.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
And then she'll be going up to members of my family, my Uncle Tony. Hi, your Uncle Tony. Hi, I'm Lady Di.
Oh,
like, who
come
gives a
on.
shit? He'd be like, who gives a shit?
Lady Di is exaggerating.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that we would behave if we were ever invited to
You
your
can't behave. You ever hear the story?
Yes, I
You ever hear the
can.
story of the scorpion that needed to go across the lake, and it was going to ride on the frog's back?
Yes. You ever hear the story of the scorpion that ran into Ugly Betty in the bathroom?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
There's a scorpion, and he needs a ride across the river,
Where's he going?
and the frog to the other side.
Then why does he take a boat?
He doesn't have a boat. He's
Staten Island
going
Ferry.
to ride on the frog's back, and the frog goes, "No way, you're a scorpion. You'll sting me." And he goes, "Look, I'm not going to sting you."
Oh, is this the one where he goes, you knew I was a scorpion?
Yes!
Oh, go ahead, tell the story.
Well, Lady Di is a big, fat, disgusting scorpion.
Exactly. A whale needed to ride across a lake. And the frog said, why'd you shit on me? And she said, you knew I was an alcoholic or I got on your back.
I love that story.
I would definitely not misbehave.
You can't. Do you understand?
And anyway, I'd be hanging out with Colin a lot if both of us were invited.
Oh, yeah. Carl would love that.
A nice pair of culottes.
Culottes. He wants her to wear culottes. It's 1976.
Wearing a culotte.
The bicentennial.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about wearing a culotte or anything
and she
like that.
she doesn't know what she's even talking about.
Booty shorts are in the
No, you know, you have conversations on a tape delay.
Yes.
It's always 3 seconds late, and then you just blather on.
I would have anyone else over my house before I would have Lady Di over my house. That's how despicable and embarrassing she is.
I think people want to see her at your party, though.
No.
Opie, you're going, right?
No.
Why?
Yes, Carl.
I got my own thing going on.
Wow.
Not as exciting, but I got my own thing going
Excuse
on.
me.
Yes, come.
Excuse me.
Yes, Lady Di.
Where's Opie?
Right here. I had to take
my
a leak. I'm
God.
back.
Opie's speaking, and she goes, "Where's Opie?" She asks Opie, "Where's Opie?"
I've been back 2 minutes.
Opie.
Yeah.
Opie.
Okay.
Lady Di swore
Yeah.
that her and Marion would not act up in Anthony's
You gotta
party.
have them at your
They're
house.
incapable of not act. They can't not act up.
You gotta have them at your house.
No,
she'd be fine.
She gets a few in her. Oh, and then she just starts mouthing off to my family and friends. How embarrassing would that be?
You gotta have you gotta have Marion the tough guy at your house.
Like Fredo's girl at the wedding.
Yeah.
Could you take care of them? Yeah, you take care of it, Mike.
Never be a fan of a WAP.
What, Lady Di?
The only one I know from your family is your brother Joe.
Oh, yeah, Joe's asking for you.
Wow, you interrupted everything for that.
Right, for that.
So glad we all know that.
Yeah,
now.
but Lady Di,
we all now know that you've met Brother Joe.
If you
I
were
also
there,
know your cat. I see him all the time.
if you were there,
Wow. Once again,
Little Beef.
interrupting everything to tell the world that you know Anthony's cat.
Little Beef. If you were there, though, you would start yapping to all my friends and family, and they'd be like, "Who is this disaster?"
I think people would like to see them at your house.
Well.
I'm very good with animals. That's for sure.
What? Of course you are.
How about when Anthony decides, after a couple, he decides it's starting to get to be twilight, he decides to take you upstairs.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
The only way I'd take her upstairs is to reenact that scene from The Omen.
What, where she jumps off the entire
Yes.
balcony, comes with her?
I did it for you, Anthony.
Yeah. And then she's laying with her broken fucking femur on the bottom of the thing in the top of the house.
But she didn't spill her drink.
What?
I mean, it's your house.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what
Thanks
to
for
do.
telling
Sure
me.
you can.
Oh, okay.
Right. But but the whole thing is, I mean, if you did invite me and Marion, and even Bobo, we would behave ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I say yes.
Bobo's been there twice, actually.
Yeah, Bobo has been
Bobo's
there a
been
couple
to
times.
2 of my parties.
I have,
Lady Di,
Yeah.
if you go to Anthony's house, what could he expect? Walk us through this.
Oh, God.
he would expect me to lounge around in a lounge chair.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Having
Let me get my welder over to reinforce those.
And that means pass out, by the way. That's not lounging. She'll pass out in a lounge chair.
No. Having a few drinks.
And shitting in my pool.
Would you shit in Anthony's pool or his
Shit in
hot
the
tub?
pool.
I feel like it. I would go for a swim.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
I wouldn't even get in that pool.
Would you be mad if she shit in your jacuzzi?
Oh, my God.
And wrecked the party?
Oh, the water coming. I have a little waterfall that goes from the jacuzzi into the fucking pool. It would look like all the mud coming out when Newman tried to steal that shit from the Jurassic Park and the mud covered it up. That's what it would look like coming. Diarrhea.
Hey, Di.
I'm never
Di.
going to live that down, am I? What?
Would you?
You're not.
Would you go skinny dipping?
Let's see.
Yes, you would.
Only if everybody else would.
Good answer. Good answer.
And I really doubt that.
The name in itself makes it impossible for you to do it.
I can skinny dip if I want to.
No, you can't.
You could fat dip.
You
is what
fat
they say.
dip. You
could chubby
obese dip.
Yeah. Yes.
Hold on.
You onion dip.
You could pig dip.
Yeah. What? All right.
I love this abusive relationship.
Wait, what
here.
is Bill saying?
Oh, please smack her.
No, nothing. I asked him if he put the 12-pack in the refrigerator.
Of course.
Jesus
You guys
Christ.
have really political conversations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell him to shut up, Di.
What?
Tell him to shut up.
I don't know. I don't have to tell him to shut up.
Did you? Did you put the 12-pack in?
Huh? You put it in.
Okay,
How
great.
many natty ices today?
Oh, gee, I knew you were going to ask that.
Oh boy, did you?
Wow, you're sharp.
You're
Sharp
on
as
to
a
me.
tack.
Second one.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's it for now.
Yeah.
Second one.
Slowing down.
9 a.m.
You know, it's only 9 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know.
2 for Tuesday.
Twofer. There you go. Have a twofer. Oh, Lady Di, I would never have you over my house.
What if Colin brings her, though? Is Colin going to the party?
Colin can. He's going to be
I have to be in Philly.
in
but
Philly.
If he has one of those late August or, a light in August or maybe a nice Labor Day party,
I'm definitely having another party and then at least one more party before the Labor Day party. But this is like one of the real big catered events that I'm having. And it's my sister Dawn's big birthday party, so we got that going, too, same day.
Who's going to DJ? Di, they don't even have a DJ. Do you know how to...
Lady Di is gone, and I don't know what happened.
Oh.
I think Bill might have yanked the phone
She's
out
gone,
of her hand.
and there's nothing we could do about it.
Exactly. Like fucking Marion Howard's neighbor. She fucking yanked the phone out. She was tired. He tired of her yelling.
Choking her right now. Her toupee's coming off. It's like, you're going to get my money.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, he's choking her with a cell phone.
Yeah,
she's gone.
I don't need her over.
No.
House. Hopefully, she was beaten with the phone by her abusive roommate.
All right, guys.
Well, Carl, thank you. Thank you for calling
I'm
and
glad we enlightened a lot of us.
squaring that away. That whole thing. Have fun in Philly.
Thanks.
Where are you going to be?
I'm at the Philadelphia Theater Company through July 4th weekend.
Nice. Very cool.
How are ticket sales? You going good?
Oh, ticket sales are just going swimmingly.
Swimmingly.
No, you're there for a month. You're not going to sell out every night, but it's going quite well.
Oh, that's
pretty good,
Colin. Good for you, Colin.
Are you filming it?
No, actually, that kind of fell through, but,
It's a great show. It's a great show, man.
That shouldn't fall through.
It fell through. What can I say?
Well, do it yourself, then.
Yeah, I guess I could.
I'm serious.
Strap a GoPro to your head.
What the hell? How'd you get back?
Whoa! Yes.
I'm back again.
You heard about my special falling through?
I wanted to ask Colin a question.
I hope it's related to my special falling through. I was in the middle of
all right. No, I wanted. This is about
Oh.
car service for me.
Oh.
About yourself
Get
again.
out there, aren't you, young lady? I like your spunk.
I mean, are you there?
Oh,
Yeah,
my God!
Okay. No, I heard something about car service.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Come and get me and bring me over to Anthony's house.
I can only hope it ends up like Tracy's.
I did say... Oh,
Jesus.
No, don't
Wow.
say that.
Hey, what? It's not anything against Tracy. It's against Di.
I did say that, Diana, but apparently we may have to put a pin on that one until Labor Day.
Put a pin in that one.
Anthony, it sounds like it's
Okay, well, how about if we get invited over for Labor Day?
Well, we'll see about that, but he's standing strong on this July 4th.
Oh, my God. I mean, I would really like to go to Anthony's house.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
I don't blame you.
You're not going to. It ain't going to happen.
Oh, Anthony.
Well, you know what? We got this late start. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's over. Never lose hope, Di.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
sure.
have such a big house, you won't even know I'm there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
We'll see about Labor Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're always invited over to my house.
Yeah, great. That's good. And if I need to increase the bed bugs at my house, I'll go to your house.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know you're just saying.
You, Opie, and Jimmy are always invited over
And
here.
I'm just saying no.
Everybody.
If Colin goes, I go.
What, the guy's house?
Yeah.
All right, maybe we'll go in July when I get back. Yeah.
Have an outbreak suit.
We'll do a little soiree.
We don't have a swimming pool, unfortunately, so.
Oh, well, yeah. Do you have like a hose? A little sprinkler?
To poo the pond.
Let's get a sprinkler going. We could do that in your backyard.
No, I don't know if the landlord would like that.
Oh, doesn't this sound like a pisser? Doesn't that just sound like a pisser going to her house?
We have a backyard and a barbecue. That's just about it.
That's nice.
Great, I'm there.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you go there?
Okay.
No.
I would
Jeez,
go
would I
for the
not go?
goof.
I would just like for...
Do you know you're shaped like a Weber grill?
Opie, Jimmy, Sam, and maybe even Adrian, the intern, and Colin to come over.
All right, we'll make that happen.
Sitting in busted up lawn furniture from the 70s.
Especially Colin.
What's going on?
I'd like Colin to be here.
nice big box of those Mikey burgers.
We have to let you go, you monster.
Yeah.
You monster. All right, our guests are here, so we got to go.
Thank you, Lady Di.
All right.
Thank you, Colin Quinn.
Oh, come on in. Don't worry about being quiet. No, don't even worry about being quiet. Come right in.
All right, we're going to go to these guys.
A seat.
We're having a crazy day here.
Oh, my God.
Welcome.
Thank God you guys got here. Thank God you guys got here. No, that's good. If you need to adjust the volume, do you have any volume in there? Because sometimes they just don't do that.
I couldn't even
It sounds good.
Oh, there we go. Oh, turn it down a little.
Lovely.
You don't want tinnitus. That
No
ringing,
one wants tinnitus.
Ringing in your ears.
I know the ringing. I don't
I know.
want it.
No, you
it's
don't
like
want the
someone's
ringing.
thinking about me all the time in my head.
That hates you.
Yes, that hates me. My ears are ringing. It must be. No.
Somebody smells really good.
Oh,
Me.
thank you.
It's really nice. It's a
Ben?
delightful
He
scent.
smells like an angel.
Yeah.
Smells like an angel.
You know, it's the one thing we can control, guys, right?
That is
Our
true.
smells.
Yes, our scent. Our scent. Are you wearing anything special or just clean?
Just clean.
Just clean guy?
Lots and lots of deodorant.
That's
lots of
good.
reapplication.
Oh, reapplying throughout the
Flying
day.
during the day.
Secrets.
That's good.
Yep.
Learning
That is
secrets.
learning some secrets.
I kind of like when a woman doesn't wear deodorant. I always wear. No, I'm telling you, there's something sexy about that. If a woman doesn't wear it, I kind of like.
You like a little musk?
Yeah.
Wow.
I do.
All the time? Like when you're out to dinner or?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
wow.
My ex-girlfriend wore it one time. It smelled so bad that like I saw someone do a double take when they walked by.
And were you just like, yeah?
Yeah, it was really. I quite enjoyed it. I was like, ah, good for you. And she was humiliated.
Wow.
But I enjoyed it.
I
fantastic.
feel that you're the first person that said that. Like that will always
Yeah.
be my special memory
Really?
of you.
Oh yeah, no. There's
That makes
plenty
sense.
of people that.
You just like a dirty pit,
Yeah, a little bit.
a clammy pit. Okay.
Yeah, but on a man it's probably gross. I get why a woman wouldn't want that on a guy.
Yeah.
Disgusting. So you.
But on a woman, mwah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. It
a little
smells.
little something extra.
Could be
Smells
a
nice.
major turnoff, though.
Nice.
It smells not right.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
But I guess you're married. I
How
mean,
did we get here?
I don't know. I just
Great.
It smelled good. We're talking
This is
about
a good.
Yeah, yeah.
How you do?
Oh, yeah. Fine, how do you do?
I mean, really.
Is it nice to go on tour together and kind of like plug, or is it?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, if we're weird. We like to be together all the time.
Can you imagine if I was like,
That is
no.
weird.
Somebody get me out of
Right.
here.
Strange thing for
This
a
is a
married
nightmare.
couple.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's been really fun. We just got in last night, right? So
Yeah, last night.
kind of a quick whirlwind, fun time.
Yeah, it's weird because people always like to get away from their spouse and they go out and like you hear. But I guess it's nice if you enjoy each other.
Yeah,
yeah, we enjoy each other, so it's been good.
we do. Apparently, we don't get. See, he's a really mellow guy, so I think that helps. We don't seem to get sick of each other.
Yeah.
Maybe this show is where it all turns around.
This could be a good
This
jump-off
is-
point for getting sick of
Yeah,
each
we've
other.
driven a lot of
It was
people to
never,
divorce.
It was never the same.
Yeah.
Started
It
about
was
midway
just
through the
after
show.
that how long have you been married, though?
This will be
Coming on 9 years.
Coming on 9
Oh,
years.
man. Yeah, that is a cracking point.
Probably.
That's really 8 and 3/4 years.
That's
This is what
about
it
as
counts.
long as I lasted. 9 years.
We've been together like 12, like 13.
Yeah.
So
We were incompatible after 9 years, me and my wife.
it just changed.
You're incompatible after
Yeah.
Hold on, you're incompatible at your wedding night. You've said it.
Well, that's true.
He cried on his
I
wedding
didn't
night.
like that. Yeah.
After he got
That was-
married,
And it wasn't because it was a beautiful moment.
You got married and then burst out crying?
It was
That
the
night.
kind of tears of regret that you know.
Oh, my
Yeah. I
God.
was like, oh no, did I
None
do
of
this?
that before? You had none of that feeling
Oh,
leading
I
up to
knew.
it.
I knew. I was on that roller coaster thing where you get up to the top and it's like, I can't get off now. I should have gotten off. I should have just jumped.
Yes,
It was,
apparently.
You should
yeah.
have listened to those
At least I
tears.
got out of it fast.
Did
9
you-
years.
Did you cry publicly, or was it a solo
It was a very
cry?
private moment. It was just me and my wife, and she was passed out drunk, so she didn't see it. It's our wedding night.
Gosh.
Oh, marriage wasn't
romance.
consummated that evening because
Oh,
of
my God.
alcohol.
There's that.
Yeah.
Have you gone on other radio shows where people have just kind of opened up and begun to break down in front of you?
This is the first.
It's real. We're learning about sense
9
and
years though.
breakdowns.
That is kind of a tricky time. That was when I decided I wanted to have sex with other girls.
There's that, sure.
And that will usually throw a little monkey wrench into a marriage.
It's probably not great for a marriage.
No, especially one that
I
was
guess.
never good from day one. It was like really bad. I bought my engagement ring at a jewelry store in Penn Station on my way up to propose. I was like, I gotta do this. It was really bad.
It was an old Pepsi pull-up tab.
Yes, it was one of those
like a
one-size-fits-all, like the gumball machine with the split bottom, so you could.
I don't want to make this a depressing interview.
I know, what the hell?
Let's talk about genocide.
Yeah, enough about me.
There's the
Let you people talk about me for a while.
How did you guys meet?
We met at the Groundlings Theater. We met in an improv class. And Ben did like a really super creepy guy in prison.
I was so creepy. I did an inmate. I was like, because I didn't know. I was like, oh, I'll do a monologue. Oh, I'll be an inmate. And I'm like, hi, Jerry. And I thought it would be maybe sort of funny, and nobody did. But then there's Melissa, and she's sort of smiling. And I was like, hey, one person likes this.
For some reason, I was like, hey, that guy's super creepy. I think I'm going to marry him.
That's my kind of guy.
It was really odd. And for some reason, I was like, he's odd. He'll be mine.
He will be mine.
They have like an amazing history of comic talent around this, too.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I think they kind of get overlooked because everybody talks about like Second City, who are great, but people don't talk about the Groundlings as much as they should.
It just so many people. I mean, Phil Hartman and Will Ferrell and Sherry O'Terry and Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo. Like it's pretty crazy.
Who are these people?
I'm just naming family members. My Aunt Marlene, my Aunt Uncle Jerry, Little Tim, Big Tim, Big Little Tim.
So you were just kind of doing like improv scenes there?
Yeah, you start kind of doing improvising, and then as you move up in classes, you start writing, and that's where it kind of gets crazy because it was the first time I ever wrote anything, and they literally say, go out in the hallway, you have 5 minutes, and write a monologue. Here's your topic.
Wow.
And it
Damn.
was I was like, what?
And hers is really good. I was like, what? What? I'm doing creepy inmates over here.
Yeah. I don't know, it was good. I was afraid to write it, so I would just kind of stand there with a blank page, and I would improvise.
And just wing it and be like, yeah, I wrote some good stuff here.
I was too nervous because I was like, I don't know how to write. So I literally would just stand there with a fake page, and then Ben was the only one that when I sat back down, he goes, I know your page is blank. I know what game you're running.
I write very light in pencil. It just didn't see it.
That's better to do, though. That's so smart because you can just kind of go out anywhere you want to and just act like it was a part of it.
And it'll seem brilliant, like you wrote it.
Yeah.
Did you write in that stuttering and just staring for 30 seconds?
Yes. Yes. It's a series of dashes and stars.
Came off as very uncomfortable.
It almost seemed like you had no idea what you were going to say. She really does awkward well.
I was doing a scene in acting class, and it was just so, like, you're doing a scene, and you're like, oh my God, this is terrible and unbelievable, and they're all just silently humiliated for me.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
Oh,
feeling.
I mean, for sure. I mean, we
there's
tanked
nothing quite
horribly
like tanking
at the Groundlings. I mean, and comedy. I mean, comedy's so honest. You're just out there.
Yeah.
Like, here's the part where people should theoretically be laughing, and you're looking at me like you'd love to slaughter me.
And it's when you try harder because you're like, this one's gonna kill him, and then it's just all you feel is like thick hate coming down. We've done stuff where literally as the lights came up, I don't know why, but in rehearsals, this is so funny. The lights came up for a live audience, and the second those lights come up, you think, there's nothing funny about this.
You're like, oh,
and now
God.
I'm in for 4 minutes, and I've got a stupid wig on and a crazy outfit, and the audience you just see arms crossing and people just shaking their head and hating your guts, and you're like, oh, there's no way to make it quicker.
Yep.
It's got to be almost over. Okay, that was 10 seconds.
Yep.
No, it's just stretching.
It's just eternity.
It's so hard because you can't get out of it. You can't say. I go on SNL. I'm like, what do you do if it's bombing? You just got to commit to it.
Got to keep going.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right, because it seems like a stand-up. Could you kind of you're like, oh, this whole thing seems weird. I'm going to go this way or that way. And in the sketch, you're theoretically pretending to be this person. So unless you're saying, you tell the audience, I am no longer this person. I'm no longer doing this.
Do not acknowledge the previous person that I was. Yeah, because Jimmy talks about doing stand-up and how if it's not going well, you can just you could acknowledge that it's not going well.
Yeah,
you could change direction.
The old thanks, good night.
Or just bail, right?
Or you can just really cleanse yourself and turn on them. That's always really satisfying when you can just blame them. But if you're in the scene, man, that's really difficult.
Yeah. You don't know what it's like to be up here.
Yeah, like
that works.
Tom Hanks in Punchline. That's what most stand-up is like.
Yikes!
It's real. It's real, guys.
Are you still doing Mike and Molly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I go back in about three or 4 weeks.
How many years is that for you guys?
This will be going into our 5th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That went fast.
That's a nice group. There's a good stand-up. Mr.
Billy. Yeah, he's
Billy
great.
Gardell. What a dreamboat. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah, he's like
every day he comes in his like beautiful 1950s car, usually playing nothing earlier than like I don't even know if he dabs into the 60s. Like it's like something from the 1950s in his car. And then every day literally is like, well, they let me on the lot again. Like just everyday surprise. He's like, look at this, the card still works.
Right.
Like he's about the best guy in the world. So.
But that's a true stand-up. Just never believing anything is actually happening. That's good. The actors are all buying homes in season 1, and he's like, oh fuck it, a $300 a month rent. We're in syndication. You know, that's just the comic. You keep expecting things to fall apart.
Yeah,
they usually do.
The worst.
Yeah.
Expect the worst.
Was that your first major gig or no?
No, not on TV. I had a little part on a show that ran for 7 years called Gilmore Girls. So a little tiny part on it, but it was nice steady work for 7 years. So that was like my first job where I'm like, oh my God, I get a paycheck every week.
On a TV talk show, that would have gotten an applaud right there, though, where it's like, on a show, Gilmore Girls, woo! And it's like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I would have gotten that, like, Tonight Show or something. Yeah. You remember the Gilmore Girls?
Thank you, I guess. I love when people come out and want that applause right away. And they pause before the clap. I'm always like, oh, don't do that.
Sometimes applause are so awkward. The worst is the Happy Days character coming on, like Chachi or somebody come on. Hey, Mr. C, woo! And they gotta stand there, kind of look around, but still be in character.
I feel like what was the dad's name? Tom Bosley?
Yeah.
Would literally like tip of the old cap. Just break character, not even try to be like. He literally took a bow. I was like, all right.
There's that one, and then there's the weird thing that doesn't happen these days in music, but in like the 70s, the middle of the song applause.
Really?
Where it was like Barry Manilow, it would be dun, 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 I write the songs, and everyone would applaud in the middle of the song, like when he changed key or something, and it was like, why would they do this?
You're ruining the melody.
Yeah,
ruining the melody.
And I really did like I Write the Songs.
But really, if Barry was here and singing, I would applaud all the way through.
You Light Up My Life was another middle of the song applause. Dun, dun, and you. I love you, Barry. Wait for the end. They couldn't even wait for the end.
Happy Days and Barry Manilow. You couldn't be on a more pop culture relevant radio show.
Look at me. Yes, I'm on a virtual super train of. No, they remember that show?
I do. I do actually.
Now we just talked about Angie Dickinson and really round it out.
Yes. How sexy was she in Dress to Kill though? When she dropped that glove and the guy waved it, and they had sex, and then she got killed in the elevator.
Sexier when OJ dropped the glove.
So you're
and we're back.
Yes. Thank you.
What is the movie about? We only have a few minutes with you.
Oh, Tammy. Yeah, that's why we're here. Tammy is hello. Ben and I wrote this. We worked on it about 5 or 6 years, and it's about my character Tammy that basically cannot get out of her way and hates her job, hates her marriage. Kind of is in this terrible little town, and we figured how hard does she have to get hit to kind of get off the hamster wheel. So we hit her pretty hard, take away her job, kind of take away every single thing, and she's got to get out of town. And the only one with a car is her drunk, alcoholic grandmother, played by the delightful Susan Sarandon. And we hit the road.
Yeah.
And go see Kathy Bates.
Yeah, and you get to see Kathy Bates.
And Dan Aykroyd and Allison Janney. And it's
a really
kind of
funny
cast.
It's a funny, wild, thing.
Why did it take 5 years? Were you guys just kind of taking your time with it, or is it hard for anybody just to
Lazy.
get something
We were
made?
just we took long breaks.
Busy.
You did like one word a day, so it kind of
I need a break.
No, we started it, when we had the idea, and then it took a while before anybody was like, yeah, we'll read it. So when they were finally ready, we were like, yes, we actually have something.
But even if you have trouble getting stuff read, that's just depressing for the rest of us. Because if you have to go through the hoops, none of us have a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
You got to get some clout first.
I gotta get
you
some
got
clout.
some clout. That's what happened.
Are you handling all the success well? Because you're like in the last 5 or 6 years, you're really through the roof.
It's pretty delightful. It's nice to work. I just always wanted to work steadily and to stop worrying about my electric bill and stop looking in my couch for random change to fill up my tank. So the fact that I'm I'm just going to use my ATM. I can go and fill up gas without
there's even money in it.
Hot sweat of panic.
Thank you for answering my fucking old grandmother question that I asked. Oh boy, you're going through the roof. How has it been treating you? I should be executed. Fucking asshole. Zilch.
And you pretty much...
He was giving me hot milk while he was asking me that question. Just a little tiny sips of warm milk.
Nana.
Yeah, you look chilly. All right, so there's
they got to go.
Oh, yes. You're promoting.
Listen, guys.
So
it's really delightful, though.
Tammy is in theaters next Wednesday, July 2nd. You don't even need much help plugging it. Obviously, your films always do well.
That's a good date
plug
movie,
it. Don't
right?
say it like that. Yeah. That's almost like, don't go. Who cares?
Son of a bitch.
Good date movie.
There you go.
Great date movie.
See, it really is.
People don't want to go to
There's
scary
explosives,
movies and
there's
stuff like that. They want to go to a nice romance, funny thing.
See?
Exactly.
Perfect.
If people like nudity, tell them there's nudity. But if they don't, tell them there's none.
Tell them there's none. Yeah. But don't tell them it's Kathy Bates, even though she was nude in one movie.
Yeah, she was.
And she did very well.
The Nicholson movie.
Yeah.
About Schmidt.
Yeah.
She's so great.
She was great in Misery. What a great sociopath.
Misery is fantastic. Yeah.
She's bionic. She's bionic. True.
Powerhouse.
I'm really going out on a limb saying Misery was fantastic.
Yeah, we really...
Look out, I take chances.
Yeah, we're really good. I said the Groundlings were funny, and your career is going well. Well, you heard it here, folks.
We ought to get TMZ on the phone and start telling them this stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Really breaking the fucking... Well, thank you, guys. We apologize for this.
Oh, God.
Melissa and Ben, thank you very much.
Very cool. Thanks. Thank you.
Sirius XM.
We should do a montage of the first things we say when these mics go on.
Oh, that would be funny.
Because even after all these years, it's just dumb little noises.
Noises. How we doing this morning?
Make sure all the tones are there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to feel it out.
You're feeling it out.
Get some lows. Get some highs. Get some lows. Get some highs. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
The Opie and Anthony Show is back. The Opie and Anthony Show is back. And better than ever. On Sirius XM.
Back and better than ever, my God. Sounds like a great radio show.
Better than ever.
Want to thank Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone for stopping by for that strange interview. We were kind of rushed.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a lot of time with them because they went late on Howard, I guess. Well, but if we keep a guest late, all hell breaks loose, but...
Yeah.
Wow, it was still fun.
Oh, yeah.
She's very nice. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, they're both really nice.
They're fucked if they get divorced. Jesus. They came up, together.
But maybe they won't get divorced.
Where...
Maybe they'll last.
Oh, I know. I'm just said if,
Yeah.
It happens. 50%, I think, right? Are we still at that 50%? Everybody says 50% of all married couples get divorced.
No, it's way over that.
It's way over that now?
Yeah, it's at least 60.
Jesus.
Is it really?
Yeah, at least. Look it up, Sam.
Sam Roberts, our man at the computer.
Yeah, more than half at this point.
Or, man is kind of a...
Get divorced.
Sam's the fuckable twink at our computer. No disrespect.
Not taken. No.
I didn't mean to talk about armpit odor the fucking minute they sat down.
Funny. Why not?
No, I'm just saying. I didn't plan on that.
It's so true.
It just happens. She loved it. She thought it was funny. I understood what you were saying, though. You get that natural smell there.
So natural.
But the problem is sometimes it just smells horrific.
Oh, you got your stat? Got a stat there? Sam Roberts? Need a mic. Mr. Microphone. There
it is. Talk into the mic. That's a euphemism, by the way, when I'm putting his head in my lap. I grab that fucking Juan Epstein hair of his. I'm like, I'll show you how to executive kiss.
Executive kiss.
You don't like the idea of that?
That's gruesome.
So creepy.
That is creepy.
There's nothing you can mistake it for. Like nothing else is happening.
You don't like a hand in your curly hair and another hand roughly holding you by the kidneys.
Jeez.
Executive kissing.
The statistics: 50% of first marriages end in divorce. 67% of second. And 74% of third marriages.
Who the fuck would get married 3 times? That's insanity to me. 2 times is insane.
I think 2 times is insane.
Once you fucking blow it, that's it. That is it.
Yeah, man.
Something you realize, not meant for me.
Yes.
I don't believe in love either.
What?
I just think it's lust. Lust, and then it forms into a habit.
No.
Like you grow used to it like a habit. So at first it's very lustful, right?
Yeah.
And then you get this whole, I'm in love thing, but it's this lustful thing. It's this coveting thing that you get. And then it becomes like this habit. People get used to things. They like being set in their ways, just like, this is the same way to work every morning. It's the same this, the same. And then, you look at that as the same thing. Because if it was actual love, like as it's defined, you'd never get mad at that person. You'd never, because it was love at first. So then why all of a sudden does it turn into this thing where now you can criticize, get mad, yell, say horrible things? That's not the love thing. What happened? Thank you.
I think there's probably more than one type of relationship, because you've been in relationships where it's habitual.
Yeah.
And then in relationships where you're actually in love.
It doesn't settle in enough to let anything grow and
you know what you have to do, Ant?
And prosper.
In order to love somebody, you actually have to let your guard down.
Right. I've let my guard down plenty of times, and I assumed that I was in love many times, especially in my younger days. And then I realized it can't be love if you're heartbroken when it ends, but then the second you find another girl to fuck, you don't give a shit about that other girl.
A lot of people
so
don't
it's
go
not
through
love.
it that way.
That means it wasn't love to begin with.
But that's what a lot of people go through.
You didn't let it settle. It grows.
There are a lot of people.
So does fungus.
If you allow it, it will grow into something pretty damn meaningful.
Why would it have to grow into something that you can all of a sudden not? How come all of a sudden you're in love still, like you were at the beginning when everything's cool, but then now you're yelling at each other, but you're still in love?
It grows from that point, but for some reason you don't allow that.
No, I do. I do, but it grows into something that sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It grows into something that you start yelling at each other and criticizing and picking.
But no, you don't. Yeah, I mean, you get into fights at times, but
fights. But you wouldn't get, if it was real love, I say no fighting, just like the beginning.
You have to grow together as people.
What?
Nothing wrong with a good fight.
Right, you got to fight a little bit. Like you fight with your family. You love your family, though.
And then
you're with my family.
And then you're in the doghouse, and then you have makeup sex.
You do get to have makeup sex.
I don't like makeup sex because I still hold a resentment, and it fucking doesn't make me feel good. I'm like, no, fuck you.
Well, if you're in love,
you
probably don't hold on to resentments. If you're holding on to resentments, maybe you're not in love.
Have you ever been in love? For real?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, there you go.
I think no, but the thing is, I thought I was, and I thought I knew what it was. I want to know what love is.
Hey, look.
I want you to show me.
A monologue today.
You want to know what Anthony's in love with?
Ask a fucking
Anthony's in love with the bottom of a bottle.
Oh, no.
That was
What
dramatic
happened?
50s speak.
I heard that.
I don't remember now. Fuck.
Oh, no.
Just ask him. Don't be shy.
Oh, no.
No, you threw me off.
Oh, shit.
So,
Wait.
how quick does it settle into habit?
What?
You said it like it starts with like lust, and then it just becomes a habit.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. You're smart enough to know. Were you or were you not ever in love? You're a smart guy.
I think I was, but I don't think there is really such thing. So whatever it was, I was in that.
I think you're holding back for whatever reason.
No. I don't think so.
What do you mean?
So, I get it. So you think technically
love has to be.
You were never in love, but neither has anyone else ever been.
Thank you.
It's true.
That's
Anthony's a megalomaniac.
Duh.
I don't know.
Give Melissa McCarthy back on.
Wow. Who is that?
Spencer.
Who the fuck is that?
Well, someone you're going to fall in love with.
Yeah,
Are you in love, Anthony?
I think I'm in love.
See, you just fell in love.
You want to smooch with her asshole while she grabs her ankles?
I don't know.
Where are you at now? Are you in a relationship?
I'm not in anything. I'm fucking...
You can come out of a fight, right?
Yeah.
And actually have a stronger relationship.
Oh,
Did you know that?
You learn a thing or two, right, Sam?
That's right, you do.
Sammy!
And you improve yourself and watch as your partner improves her or himself.
That's right.
Wow.
Right?
That's right.
Wow.
Thank you for that
Actually,
example.
Thank you, Jim.
Actually, I'm not into that. The fighting thing. I'll have a few. Nothing crazy.
Do you yell when you fight, or do you guys just kind of silently annoy each other?
I'm a little of both, I guess, but it doesn't happen a lot, because that's where I do agree with Anthony. If you're fighting a lot, it's not fucking worth it.
Oh, boy.
Who's more likely to apologize?
Both, really, yeah.
MSNBC?
MSNBC.
If it's fair, if it's 50-50,
I think if you're in a good
fair.
relationship, it's pretty equal, the apologizing and all that.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, why not?
I've never fucking gotten an apology in my life.
For real?
I'm always the one, sorry, just to end it. Sorry. To end the fight. Sorry.
But you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, then I resent the shit out of the fact that I had to say sorry.
You got to live in the
What a
fight.
shit. No, end the fight.
Until it gets better.
End it.
Hold on a minute. Let's say hi to Mike in Houston.
Knew
Mike,
this would get the phones lit.
Mike.
Hold on. Houston, we got a problem.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, man. Opie, you're wrong. Fucking makeup sex sucks.
Dude, I'm fucking around, stupid.
Whoa.
Dude, my wife puts makeup on me and butt fucks me, and it's horrible.
Oh,
okay,
makeup
I
sex.
apologize.
To me,
He
that's,
puts on.
I happen to think that you're wrong, sir. That to me sounds like fun. You never had on a pair of panties and a girl saying, "Take it, bitch," while you wore lipstick? You haven't lived, my friend.
That really happened?
No,
lovely.
I would never put on lipstick. Have I ever told, "Take it, bitch"? You bet I have.
No, I think it's goofy when you say, "Oh, we're gonna have makeup sex now."
Makeup sex.
Yuck.
That's the best. Yeah, because you want to like look into the face you were just arguing with and be like, yeah, you know what? You still got the better of me, you fucking bitch.
You both have argument breath, talking breath. There's nothing worse than argument breath.
Argument breath.
But you think you were in love once?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, because like, all
do you think
through-
you were still?
No, I think I was in whatever people misconceive as love. I was in that.
Were you in lust?
It was, yeah, a lot of lust. You throw a lot of lust in it.
I know.
And then you throw in jealousy. It's like a little bit of jealousy, a little shit like that. So then if some other, she's talking to some other guys, then you add in the jealousy factor. And that makes you seem like you really care about this girl more, but it's just that you don't want anyone else to have her. So that's part of this love mixture thing.
Narcissism. I know who you're talking about.
Call it what you want.
I know who you were. I know who you're talking about, and I think you were in love.
No. It's not anything. I thought I was in love. I get, but
it had all the signs.
Oh, I saw the signs, but it's one of those. I don't know.
When did you realize you were never in love then?
When I reassessed what I think love is. And I think it's very biological. I think it's very, it's this human condition. I don't think there's this thing where it's like, oh, kismet and magical and fucking. I just think it's, you want, you get, you have, and then after a while,
I think the problem is most people settle because what they're feeling at the time they think is love, but it actually isn't love.
Exactly.
So that's where I do agree with you.
Yeah, but I think that's
you
a lot
gotta take your
of what
time
it is.
with that shit. But after a while, people are like, you know what, this is kind of going well. I think I'm in love, and then you move on and you're stuck.
I think you like turning feelings off.
No, I love feelings.
Do you?
No, you're scared of feelings.
No.
You're absolutely scared of feelings.
Feelings walk around like the ring. they crawl upside down with their legs twisting the wrong way. That's feelings to
You
me.
hear that song, Feelings? Whoa, 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 feelings.
Whoa, 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 feeling.
Think about it.
No, I am being psychoanalyzed on while talking everywhere else, and the phones and everything. But it's just what I think. What I believe, what I've seen over the years, and it's my assumption, my hypotheses.
I think you're afraid to be in love, and so you're turning it off because you're saying, well, that's just some
Sam
weird
Roberts,
biological.
That's not true. I wanted to be in love. Wanted for many years.
But now you're turning it off.
When did you want to be in love?
You were in love with
My
Melinda?
entire life. Yeah, I did love Melinda.
That's who I was talking about.
I don't think. But I think that is just a mixture of things. No, I don't know. I don't think it's a thing.
No
I think love's a thing.
Than eating large quantities of chocolate.
Yes, there you go.
Devil's advocate.
Yes.
But he's technically right. It is chemically the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's this. I don't know. No, I wanted to for many years, of course. Growing up, ever since I was fucking like 13, 14 years old, you see, oh my God, I want to be in love. I want to love.
Now you don't anymore.
No, now I don't really give a shit because I don't think it's real. I don't think it's a real thing.
If you love yourself too much, I don't think you could fall in love.
Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
I do rule, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's true.
I'm just saying in general. Not,
yeah?
Yeah, I think if you love yourself too much, then it makes it very hard to fall in love.
I don't think
because you're like, she should love me a lot more because I love me.
This fucking bitch should adore me.
Gets in the way.
I'm like Uday Hussein. I'm just in love with myself.
Let's say hi to Brad in Ohio. Brad.
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Bradley!
Hey, what's up? I agree with Anthony, man. I've been the same girl when we first started off. Like, it was like we had this love, and then, like, it became, like, a routine, and then it was just, like, lust all of it. She kind of just one day got up, like, all right, we're friends now, let's leave. And what's funny is that I'm actually on my way down south to see her, discuss about this.
Yeah, but you shouldn't allow all that shit to happen.
Well, no, I understand that, but like,
that stuff is starting to like seep in. You got to make sure you push it back out.
Seepage. Man, she's very vocal, not very vocal about the relationship. First of all, man, it's just like now she wants to say like, all right, let's start over again and be friends and get this love again. And I'm like, fuck that. What happens if 8 years or 9 years from now? Fucking becomes another routine, and we're just like, whatever.
Right.
It's a made-up thing.
Well, maybe you weren't in love to begin with. I don't know.
That's true too, and that's what you were saying earlier. Maybe
a lot of people I see it in in my circles. They just end up settling. It's like, yeah, this is kind of good. This is kind of good and comfortable. And hey, man, I'm fucking guilty of it. I stay in a relationship. 5 years too long, probably. I'm trying to do the math real fast. I stayed in a relationship 5 years too long because it was comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't miserable. It wasn't miserable, but it wasn't great. It was just comfortable.
Just familiar.
And familiar.
That familiarity, that force of habit almost. People get very complacent. They love routine. Believe it or not, humans aren't these amazing excitement creatures. They love a good routine for the most part.
I fucking hate routines.
And when you have a relationship that gets routine, you really don't want to go through the whole thing of, oh, I got to fucking do this and that. That's why people stay in jobs for a long time. They really, the thought of, oh, I got to do this, that, to get somewhere else, it's too much. So a lot of people stay in relationships, call it love, when it's really not. It's a habit.
Well, I agree with you on that, certainly. Let's say hi to Payday in Cleveland. Payday.
Hey, I really don't think Anthony's ever been in love. I mean, he's talking about letting his guard down, and this is coming from a man who walks around his own house armed. I mean,
you know, people do break into houses, people. Anyone that says that is stupid. Someone kicks my door in, and I go, hold on, my gun's upstairs. Shut Anthony, it. It's on my hip, motherfucker.
You getting home invaded is so fucking low, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it never happens. Never happens.
I'm not saying it never happens.
Never happens. Well, there you go. In my neighborhood. How do you know? How the fuck do you know how many homes are robbed in my neighborhood? It happens all the time, people. And let me tell you, if it happens, you'll be the one that's sitting there going, man, I wish I had a gun on my hip. Shut it.
This is Anthony, though. He's like, I don't think love exists. However, there's a good possibility that somebody may break into my house and I need to be armed at all times.
I'm not saying a good possibility. I'm just saying, you know, the odds are you're going to get in your car and not crash, but boy, click that seatbelt on. It's
true.
That's more so because it's the law.
What? No, it's not more so because it's the law. People do it because, you know, it's a safety thing. Why not?
Oh, wow.
Why not?
All right, thank you.
How many boats sink? There's life preservers on it.
We're going to move on to Justin in Oklahoma. Justin.
Just in time.
Oh, no shit. Good one there.
Fucking clever.
What's up, man?
If you don't believe in love, then you certainly can't believe in hate. But I know that you hate a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, then maybe hate doesn't exist.
Oh, man.
Love and hate.
Hate would be... Yes, the same.
We sound like a bunch of 13-year-old boys after our third Meisterbrow.
Yeah.
You don't love something, you can't hate
You know,
it.
I say if you love something, you set it free, right? And then if it comes back, then something happens.
Yes, but how do you throw racism out the window?
See if it comes back. Oh, it always does.
One news story and...
It was meant to be. I don't know. It's just my thing. You know, I'm not saying it's exactly what it is, but I haven't heard any things that convince me that there's this all wonderful love that people have for each other. I think every relationship starts out as this amazing thing. Amazing! That first few months, holy fuckaroni. It's just mind-boggling. And then, meh. That's why I've taken to not really getting into relationships.
But why hasn't your hate dropped then? to a more comfort
hate
level.
Is just a wonderful, it's a furnace that keeps the generator going.
But your hate is just as strong as day one.
Oh,
so.
It really is.
Jesus.
Oh, just wonderful.
Todd in South Carolina. Todd.
Hey, how are you guys this morning?
All right.
I kind of agree with both of you. I think when it comes to love, there's only one true love. That's your parents, your siblings, and then your dog.
Don't forget the love of a child. Shut up.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you love them, even though they make duty on your penis.
Oh, God.
Go ahead, Todd.
Okay, sorry. But Opie made a good point, I think, a few years ago. He said that people now are wearing, colognes and deodorants and all that, so you're not getting the pheromone.
No, what? That's why.
Chemical.
Well, I mean, people laughed at Jimmy when Jimmy says he likes the smell of a woman's pits or whatever, or her natural scent. I think that's really important because I think biologically you're attracted to certain scents and stuff, and maybe that makes more sense as far as nature goes. And we're all tricking each other with these fake scents.
Yep.
There's a few perfumes that I smell. They could be on a fat pig. It drives me nuts because I like that smell.
Right.
And you might be tricked into going pigging even.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it might be better off for society and human beings to not wear, scents.
Yeah.
And get that natural smell of the individual. Because when you smell a bad one, you don't want to be with that person, right?
Oh, yeah.
But if she's wearing some kind of, I don't know, Kim Kardashian scent, you might be tricked.
Well, she tricked me.
Who knows?
Who the fuck
knows?
It's the great mystery.
Kim Kardashian said she probably smells like money. Am I right or wrong, guys?
Oh, shit.
You don't like dismissive regular guy?
All right, Rob's going to explain this to you, Anthony. Rob in Minnesota.
Right there, Rob.
Rob?
Yes. I think Anthony might be a little childish. Let's just start off with the fact.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
No.
All right.
You stop it now. A relationship starts off with the upward roller coaster. But, Anthony, relationships don't remain that way because people get to know each other and things aren't as exciting. That doesn't mean love went away, Anthony. That just means things aren't exciting, little boy with the propeller hat on. So let's
How does he know I'm wearing my propeller hat today?
Because I've been tweeting photos of you.
Oh.
Of you.
Don't talk to me like that, sir. You're being very childish.
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with it.
No, the bond grows, man. It really
James? I know. The bond grows, but then you lose something else. It's replaced by something else.
You know what damages the bond, though? One big pair of tits bobbling down the street. Boy, that bond gets slipped off.
Jesus.
Boy,
What a
one
great
pair
description.
of giant fat tits
Bobbling down the
Not
street.
only does that bond break, but I'm looking for like a thing to fill with acid and put her in throw her body in the Hudson.
Let's see. This guy from Florida.
Here's a guy.
Oh, Brady. What's up, Brady?
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
guys?
Hey, Brady.
Mister.
Yes?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Mr.
Hello.
Brady.
I am calling from West Palm Beach, where Jim Norton will be July 10th, 11th, and 12th.
That's very
Nice.
true, Brady.
There.
Go see Jimmy.
Anyway, I wanted to
T-Rex
call to
hometown.
say I agree completely with Anthony. I've been married for like a year and a half, and I fall in love with every girl that walks by in yoga pants.
I know. How do you resist? Right?
Yeah.
Love
And
that.
I literally
She's
say
a
that
pine
to
cone in her
myself.
pants.
The girl walks by, and you say, "Oh, I fucking love you."
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But that's why I don't do it either, dude, because I'm the same way. It's really hard, and I know I'm just going to wreck it. Like, if it's right, it'll be right, but I'll wreck it if it's... I know I'll ruin it because I'm too... I fall in love too quick with different girls.
Well, I've already wrecked it by cheating on her in the first year, and she wants to work on it.
How'd you cheat? How'd you get caught?
Well, I'm in recovery myself, and had almost 7 years, and went out, and it all started with, talking to this girl I used to work with. It was younger, hotter.
Oh, boy. Oh, that'll do it. Oh, that'll do it.
Wait, you didn't make the old classic, oh, no, when you go out and cheat, and you come home and your wife's on the couch, and you take your dick and you rub it under her nose and you say, guess what I've been doing?
Oh, that mistake.
No, I resisted that urge.
Guess what I
as soon as I checked into a detox, they said, "Oh, you don't need your phone, so why don't you give it to your wife?"
Oh boy.
Oh shit. That's not good.
Yep, there you go.
Wow.
You should have ate the phone right in front of everybody.
Did a reset.
Oh, wow. Imagine just spiking it on the floor and smashing it into a bunch of pieces. Ooh, whoopsie.
This phone!
Butterfingers.
Oops. Wait, dude, why didn't you just passcode lock it?
I'm an idiot.
Oh, my God.
That even raises suspicion.
Yeah, Jimmy, Jesus. Should we go, why is it passcode
what do you got
locked?
to hide?
Right.
There's nothing worse than playing the hot potato game when your girlfriend wants to see a picture on your phone or something, and you turn it towards her and go, here, look, and you're like, please don't text now. Please don't text now. Jesus.
You got to put it on silent so no texts show up. You're crazy.
Yeah, but the little name shows up. No, you don't get anything, huh?
No banners, no nothing.
Nothing.
Nope. But why would be with anyone then? You should just fool around.
Well, yeah. That sounds like a good thing to do. You have like a...
There's enough gals out there that'll play it your way.
But not a fool around thing. It's just like a hangout thing. Yeah. Like hang out. The second it starts turning into a relationship,
No, I'm saying
it's done.
But if they all know they're just hanging out, then, you know, everyone would be better off, and you wouldn't have to fucking stress about it.
Here's the problem, though, with that strategy. Believe it or not, I am kind of fun to hang out with. I know it sounds insane with the throwing around of racial epithets and everything.
You're Mr. Fun.
Mr. Fun.
Ant's a very fun guy.
I like treating
got a Jersey Shore
very
nickname,
nicely,
Mr.
very nicely and stuff like that. And sometimes things get misinterpreted as a relationship. And then,
so why don't you tell them?
But in the old days, here it is. The old Anthony used to say, "Oh yes, okay, great," and then figure out, now how can I lie to keep this going, but but be myself and do hang out with other people. Now I'm very to the point. I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be anyone's boyfriend. I can't do that. I'm not. Oh, well, except you, Jimmy. Our little secret here on the air.
Not so much a secret. We talk about it every day. A couple of Peter Pumpers.
But it's one of those situations, you just, like, you got to be blunt and very honest. But it's like, sometimes if you're just nice, people misinterpret this as you're being a boyfriend. Yeah. But it's not true. Especially the fatties, he says that. Sir, bravo.
All right, Brady, good job. Let me say,
why did you think we were dating? You didn't throw me down the stairs. Wow.
Let's go to Steve in Iowa. Steve.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Opie.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Actually, I was going to kind of wait for Jimmy's advice show, but now's a good time. I'm 26 years old, and I've been with the same girl for 4 years, and every fucking person I run into that we know is just pushing for engagement.
All right. Well, just be honest with yourself right now. Do you want to marry her?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I do.
Are you scared to get married?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, and don't do it.
How old are you?
You will be. You
26,
will be.
He's probably. I think 26 is kind of young these days to get married, especially for a guy. I think.
Yeah.
Because I know. I guess because I know guys. I don't know what women think, but
crazy.
26 seems very young to get married.
Don't.
But people do it, and it works.
Here's my advice, not to the people that are getting married, because they are like either brainwashed or hypnotized or whatever the fuck. And sometimes it's actual, it's good that they get married. But a lot of times I put the responsibility on the family and friends of guys that are going to marry pieces of shit.
Right.
They have to come forward. It's the most difficult thing to do, to say that perhaps you're not ready to be married, point things out without being like rude or stupid. But sometimes a good friend has to step in, or a brother has to step in. I wish I would have stepped into my brother and told him, I didn't think he should get married, and vice versa. I wish my brother would have told me, "What are you, out of your fucking mind?" It just. But you also don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you're not
so
ready.
it's really got to be spelt out. I don't know.
A couple things for you, Steve. Don't let anyone pressure you into getting engaged, first of all. And second of all, you can hold them off by, buying them nice things. I was in a relationship where...
Like a cabrio? What was that, a cabrio?
It's like flashing a shiny thing. And everyone's asking about an engagement, and then you buy something nice, and then she forgets about it for a while.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
In my case, the gifts started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I ran out of gift ideas, and then it was pretty obvious
time
to move on.
Along.
After I actually bought a car to get out of getting engaged, and then a Greek cruise.
Ooh.
And then,
you know what they're calling it now?
Up the old dirt canal.
Yeah, exactly.
A Greek cruise, and then when I got back,
Anthony.
When I got back from that, I don't know, maybe a month later it was done. So I ran out of things I could do.
Yeah, man.
Steve. When you want to get married, you just know. Don't listen to anyone's horse shit. That'll fuck you up for life.
Get married. If you don't,
exactly. Don't get pressured into asking just because everyone around you is asking you when you're going to do it.
I think that's why so many people split up, because they just do it for the wrong reason.
Right.
It's like, if you don't want to do it, then you shouldn't.
I wouldn't get married more so than Quint wouldn't put on a life jacket again. That is how adamant I am about never getting married again.
We saw what happened to Quentin. That's what happened to you in the divorce.
He walked away with more than I did.
Yes, that's true. George only ate half his stomach.
Well, we just lost Jerry and Ann from Vegas. Who a couple wanted to convince you that love is real. They just told me as I was going over.
Would have loved to have heard it.
Car hit a pole. And go on to heaven together.
Let's go to Birdman. Birdman, what's up?
What's happening, fellas? Anthony, everybody's just jealous of you, brother. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I've been married to the same fucking twat 14, 15 years. You know, but I got a good one, though. At least she don't bother me and break my balls. I give her plenty of money. But everybody's just jealous of you, buddy. That's what it is.
Jealous of you, buddy. But my balls. This guy's great.
Right.
When am I going to come and see you guys?
Whenever you want, Birdman.
How do I fucking... I gave the guy my information. He never called me or nothing.
You come in whenever you want. Come in tomorrow. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know who had the perfect marriage?
Yeah.
Hitler and Ava.
Sonny von Bulow.
Sonny von Bulow.
Klaus.
Hitler and Ava. It was just long enough.
OJ.
Great honeymoon.
That's fucked up.
All right, Birdman.
Hey, listen, give me an Xbox.
No.
What?
James in Scotland. Whoa, Scotland checking in.
Hey.
James. Hey.
Why is it that we are the ones who can't seem to find that are all illusioned by the love that Anthony sees the real thing? What he really needs to do is take his propeller hat off, you motherfucker.
Oh, I got to take my propeller hat off. Where's this propeller hat? I actually like one of those. They seem fun. I like aviation.
Yeah, people say you look stupid in it, but I don't think so.
No one looks smart in a propeller hat.
You really can't look like anything but an idiot.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be scary if you looked up and you're about to have surgery and he's got a propeller hat on? And
propeller hat and you're out.
Let's go to John in Arkansas.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, John.
Hey, Anthony, I want you to know that your hate is safe, because the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference.
Oh.
If you ever broke up with anybody,
fortune cookie,
and you didn't care afterwards, you probably weren't in love. But if you got hurt and you missed them later on, then you were probably in love with them on some level.
Yeah. I don't know. You could just kind of. I don't know.
I think it's a very small percentage of people that are actually in love out there.
That's true.
That's where
that I'll believe.
I will agree with you on that point. Here's Jerry and Ann. Want to convince Anthony love is real. Oh boy, Jerry and Ann in Vegas.
Hey guys, it's actually Terry with a T, but who gives a shit?
Terry and Ann in Vegas.
So I'm with Ann, my girl here. And we're cruising through the desert, and my arm's being twisted. No, I'm kidding. No, hey, look, Anthony.
Yeah.
I know where you're at. I've been married twice. All right. And first one ended up with about these stitches in my leg from a psychotic bitch. And the second one ended up costing me a shit ton of money. Now, Ann and I are married. We've been together 5 years, but we're not married, and we're fucking happy. I think that may be the key. But
5 years of not being married, you have no say in this whole thing. There's a whole different animal when you're married. It's and 5 years is still, you're still within a pretty safe range, especially if you are very compatible. 5 years is still, you're still in the zone. Some people lose it after, a few months.
But things don't have to change just because you get married.
But they do.
These guys are married. You're married.
No.
Oh, yeah,
Terry and Ann are married.
No.
Exactly. Look,
honestly,
she's been a factor on all my life insurance policies. I mean, she'll be taken care of.
But there's not that legal thing.
Yeah, but you could commit before you even get married.
There's a legal thing. There's also this obligation to family and friends.
There's no obligation. You can get divorced at any moment.
No, I know. Here's what I'm saying. There's an obligation to family and friends to try to stay together. It's an embarrassing thing to get a divorce. So you will stay together.
Not anymore.
I'm not saying.
When we were growing up, when you heard about like a friend of yours coworkers that was divorced, it was like, holy fuck.
But now
it's like,
something
you
there.
know more people that are divorced than married.
Dude, but there's still something there where you have this guilt thing or this...
what, did it happen to you after you got divorced?
Not after, before I got divorced. When I was thinking about it, the most dread I had wasn't the divorce and everything. It was that I had to go to my friends and family and be like, oh, yeah, I'm getting a divorce. It's embarrassing.
But they all yelled, thank God.
Well, of course they did. But
you were worried for the wrong reason.
There is something there that people will stay together because they're married, whereas if they were just dating or going out or a couple for years, they would have broken up if they weren't married.
Maybe they stayed married for kids, but in general, people can get out of it pretty easily, and it's not that big of a deal like it used to be.
I know, but I think in certain cases, a lot of people will stay together just because they're married, whereas they would have broken up a lot quicker, a lot easier just going
Well,
out.
they'd probably stay together. Well, yeah, because the divorces will cost them a lot.
Yeah, it's grueling, right?
So that definitely you might not
it's
be
a stigma.
totally wrong.
You get like a stigma.
I don't think it's
something.
All right, I don't think it's the stigma as much.
Not as much.
I think it's you might stay married because of the kids, and you might stay married because holy fuck, it's going to cost me way too much money to get a divorce. But to worry about what people would think if you got divorced, I just don't think that is real anymore. As much, anyways.
I think it's there.
We started off as mutual fuck buddies, and that was
Margaret Cho's coming in today.
What?
Get her right in.
Oh Jesus!
What?
It's a different person.
Oh,
that's not Margaret.
Margaret!
Cho!
That's not Margaret Cho?
Looks like her.
Oh. Is that a bad one to make fun of?
Why? You just you saw a celebrity.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy.
Is that a bad one? Why did everyone look away like that was a bad move?
She also looked like Mr. Fuji.
Ixnay.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Oh, he's gone. It's too bad.
He's dead.
I was going to give him an Xbox, and he's gone.
Oh, she hot.
Oh, well.
That'll happen.
This guy's getting married, thinks love is real.
Oh.
John in North Dakota.
Hey, guys.
Hi, John.
Bismarck, North Dakota.
I might be a bit young, but I've been with the same girl for about 5 years. And I think love has got to be a mutual respect between two people.
You could have a mutual respect with people at work.
Yeah, I respect these guys.
Like, a mutual respect with between you and your boss. That's not love.
It's got to be a trust on a level that you've never had with somebody else.
You can trust a business associate. All of these things are just it doesn't define love. Love is this weird feeling thing, and again, when you're at the beginning of a relationship, that to me is what it's supposed to feel like.
Well, that's lust, and then
there's a lot of lust in there.
That lust can certainly turn into love. Which isn't a bad thing.
I don't know what it is.
Would you trust a business associate with every deep, dark secret that you can possibly trust somebody that you want to be with the rest of your life?
Oh, well.
A lot of people don't even trust their
true.
marriage partner.
A lot of people keep shit to themselves.
Yeah.
Even when they are married. I don't think there's this all exposing thing that people do, and here's what happened to me.
I had one that I never told any girl because I was too ashamed.
What's that, Jim?
When I was very young, and I'm embarrassed to say this.
Of course you are.
But I stole jam.
How'd that work out?
I took the jam and I sat in the corner and I ate it.
So embarrassing.
We had no jam.
Wow.
My mother was having friends over for a jam party. They were all going to eat jam.
Had no jam.
No, that's what she called it. But it would be somebody who opened up a bag with a bunch of odd-looking toys in it that made vibrating noises.
Oh, jam was a verb.
Yeah,
okay.
It was some kind of jelly. I forget what it was called, but I ate it. It was terrible.
Jesus. Oh, fuck.
Yes, sir. Hello. That's it.
Before I want to go, I would like to say, hey, thanks, Anthony, for all the the right opinions on the gun antics. I gotta say, I love it.
You're welcome, sir.
You love your guns.
Just, I
love your guns.
I adore my guns.
Let's say hi, but then again, you can't have just one.
No, that's true. I cheat on my guns with other guns.
Let's say hi to Angela. First chick. We got a chick.
Angela.
Westchester. Angelo.
Yeah, hey, hi, good morning.
Oh, well,
it's Angelo.
I thought we had a chick finally.
Oh, man.
No, Angelo.
Not one woman has called in for this conversation.
Angelo, my paisan.
What's up, Angelo?
They have a different mindset. First and foremost, I cannot agree with Anthony more. And I am the typical got married at age 24, have now been married 20 years.
Ooh.
Got a kid, you know. But I agree with Anthony in that at the beginning, it's all about lust and trying to get down to into the girl's pants, and then you get comfortable enough where you want to spend more time getting down into their pants, and then you got to kind of turn, and eventually that. And this is where the second point was that lust or that passion. That's the word I think everybody's looking for, is the passion starts to wane, and then you become more comfortable without having to want to change. You know, natural tendency for people is that they want to bond with people, and eventually you bond with one individual that you want to spend the rest of your life with or whatever. But I agree with Anthony. You know, at one point or at some point you end up being so comfortable and so ingrained in your routine that any change to that would be more devastating than trot along. But I think the issue here is passion. Most people confuse love with passion.
Enough of that word. I hate that word now.
Oh, no, but he's right, though. There's not enough passion.
But it's the passion that keeps you alive. Once that passion...
But we've been saying that. We were just using the word lust.
You need passion.
Maybe it's a mixture of all the stuff. Maybe love is like this big melange of everything like that. A little lust, a little fucking familiarity, some common ground as far as your interests go, just shit like that. And all that put together is defined as love. It's not some kind of a magical thing that, connects to people. It's a bunch of stuff. Maybe
you'll find it more. I'm sorry. You'll find it more with women where they want to keep that passion alive, whereas men...
Oh, my God. I am never even going to look at a passion fruit after this call.
Sir, do you have a best girl?
Do I have a best girl?
Yeah.
Except for the ones I see on the internet, no.
So I say that when you're out with a girl, part of it is you just want to get down to the nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty.
You don't like that? No.
All right, Angela, we got to go.
Thank you.
Jesus, we got to say hi to Chris in Indiana. Chris.
Hey there, Chris.
Hey guys, absolutely love your show, man. It's been listening for a long time.
Of course.
I agree.
There's nothing else to listen to. Let's be honest with each other out there.
What else is there in Indianapolis?
It's not even that impressive anymore. There was a time that was impressive when we actually had real competition.
Now
there's absolutely nothing else to listen to. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, anyway.
Sorry.
Well, I think the whole divorce thing he's talking about, it's admitting failure. Whether you know it's right or wrong, to be married to that person, when you divorce, you're admitting you failed.
Yes, it is a failure. You're right.
Right.
You must admit to failure.
It's your instinct, so. See you guys.
It's so much easier to go to your friends and family and stuff and go like, oh, yeah, we broke up. It's like, wow, you've been together so long. Yeah, well, things weren't going well. We broke up. Instead of going like, yeah, I'm going to get a divorce. Whoa, what happened? Whoa, you think about this? Did you think this over?
Don't you know a lot of people that are divorced?
Yes, but that doesn't mean
they still go through that, you think?
That doesn't mean
as much?
I think they do.
Wow.
I think they do.
I think it's more comfortable when you know there's so many other people around you that are divorced.
I think when it's you're still going like, oh, man, I'm a flop.
Gotta go tell your family that, so-and-so or which and what kicked me to the curb.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just lucky in cards. Oh, wait a minute. I think I am. Holy shit. Unlucky in love. Lucky in cards.
You are one.
I am a card. Well, look who's talking, the Joker.
Well, you're the ace of diamonds, clubs, and hearts, and you're certainly not the 3 out of 4 in bed.
Well, speaking of lust,
Sam
leads to our last story today.
Sam.
You had a little sex romp on a boat. On a boat.
Oh yes. Oh,
at LaGuardia Airport. Love boat skipper is docked is the headline. Get it?
Skipper, I get it. Hey, little buddy.
Dumb show that was.
Exactly. Teabagging Mrs. Howell. She hated it. Because Skipper's asshole smelled.
That old bat.
They're calling it the Bruise Cruise.
Why?
Craig Gallo leaves Central Booking with his girlfriend Monday.
Whoops.
That's a weird name for a girl.
That's so stupid.
After he wrecked his boat while allegedly engaged in a three-way with 2 other people.
Ooh.
The story starts off, I mean, get your laughing hats on, because this one's going to be terrific. He went from King of Beers to Captain Crunch.
Huh?
That's the first line.
What happened?
The kinky captain who drunkenly crashed his love boat at LaGuardia Airport. How the fuck do you do that?
How do you crash into an airport?
I'll tell you how you do it, because you stop paying attention because there's 2 mouths on your hog.
That's how much guys love threesomes.
Here's what's happened.
He crashed into an airport.
He had 2 mouths on his hog, and he was steering the boat, and then he felt his cheeks separate and a wet finger.
Wow.
Won't be taking any other pleasure cruises anytime soon.
Can they just fit in more
He's
cliches?
been banned from driving on the water as well as on land.
Oh. So if you get a BWI, that counts as like a DWI for your license?
Are they called
That
BWIs?
shouldn't be. Yeah, boating while intoxicated. If you get one of those, you can't drive?
I guess.
That's fucked up. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, they probably figure that
they
it's
took
good for the
both.
goose is good for the gander.
I'm reading along here. They took both licenses.
Wow. What about his license to kill?
Whoa.
How do you lose that one?
And then he's pissed off. He goes, the officer told me it was just going to be my boat license. He sniffed in court. No, both, the judge replied. Judge is not happy.
You gotta fucking appeal that one. That's kind of fucking... One doesn't have anything to do with the other.
Right.
I would think.
See, the story goes, man was fooling around with a pal and a woman they had just met.
Uh-oh. Was this a guy and a girl threesome?
Yeah, they're probably pulling a train on her.
2 guys? You make it sound like it's great.
Yeah,
I've done
Here we
that.
go again. No, I know. We've talked about this in the past.
With a bunch of my friends.
And a million guys will call in and go, it's nothing wrong with it, but...
Yeah.
2 guys
If this
with a girl.
boat's a rockin', my ass has a cockin'.
Even if they're not, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. It just blows.
Because he's with a guy.
Yeah.
The Portland, Andover, New Jersey man was fooling around with a pal and a woman.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, but you don't want it to say in the paper you were fooling around with a pal.
A pal.
And a woman.
Why does that have to be Portland?
You would want it to read him and his pal were fooling around with a woman.
No. Fooling around with a pal.
Fooling around with a pal and a woman.
Wow.
Like the and a woman is an afterthought.
Damn.
Yeah.
They had just met when his 28-foot well-crafted fishing boat crashed around midnight Sunday into a runway.
He crashed into a runway.
Into runway approach lights. Okay.
Oh.
It's right at the beginning of that runway at LaGuardia.
Yep.
Damn. I didn't realize it was that close to the water. I knew it was close, but damn.
Look at that.
It's lucky he wasn't killed.
Oh, man.
Admitted he was drinking. I was driving. I had a few beers.
Was he wearing his butt pirate hat? See?
He reeked of booze. Gallo was arrested in 1999 for urinating in public.
I love how they bring those out.
And he refused the
89.
breathalyzer test.
Not with his friend there, his pal.
He's got to go to alcohol and drug abuse assessment. He and friend James Beninato, I guess, 60, were boozing it up from 9 p.m. to 11:30 at a tiki bar at the Arrow Yacht Club in College Point when they picked up Mary Ann.
Mary Ann? Interesting.
Yep.
Wow. So there are two guys.
Here's two guys.
It's like, let's just get some fucking broad.
Both Gallo and Balsam, 59. Who's Balsam now? All right, that's the broad. What? So this guy Gallo and Balsam suffered facial injuries.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Were they both going down on the other guy? Why did they get
what happened? Both facial injuries.
Only 2 out of the 3 get facial injuries?
Oh, man. Balls had to be pried from his mouth.
What the fuck?
Yikes.
Yeah, and the other dude wasn't hurt. Photos taken after showed a dozen or so Budweiser beer cans overflowing a bucket.
Budweisers.
And scattered about the boat. I got it. With sheets and clothing strewn about its cabin. So
he must have drifted off course a little bit.
Yeah. And he's got a girlfriend, by the way. He was in court with his girlfriend.
He had a girlfriend. She don't look none too happy walking in front of him there.
Oh, is that the girlfriend or the other girl?
I wouldn't think he'd be walking out with the other girl, right?
True. Yeah,
it's probably his chick and all pissed off at him.
Got it.
I don't know, honey. I was hammered. It wasn't me. It was my pal.
I had some of that passion.
He picked it up. He picked her up. I was trying to turn away from the runway lights.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. The next thing I know, James is down there with her.
That's
embarrassing.
Not sexy at all, that story.
Steve, the therapist, wants to comment about your relationship issues.
Yes.
I don't think they're issues. It's
my thesis.
I just wanted to take a stab at things here.
All right.
Start with your chest.
I guess I walked right into that. So, Anth, I mean, do you have any resentments against your mom for not protecting you from your dad and his temper more?
Oh, God, that must be it. Thanks.
No. It's because you seem to hold women like you're fearful of them, and you like tend to kind of not be very respectful of them.
I love chicks.
Yeah, right.
I love the bitches.
Fake and gay.
No, you got me all wrong.
Okay.
I love girls. Love them. They're fantastical things.
So, how would you?
And hold on, Steve. Aunt's got 2 siblings, and they're married. 2 out of the 3.
No, 1. Joe's not married.
Oh, is he with?
He's with.
Yeah. All right.
Dawn's married.
I apologize.
That's okay.
I thought he was married.
What would you say counts
for? Boy, that didn't go well. That was a while ago.
Oh, no, that was the other one.
Yeah,
Right.
He never got married again. I'd never get married again.
Oh, he never got married again?
No.
How do I not know this? I'm an idiot.
No.
I should know this. Anyway, go ahead, Steve.
The rules in any dysfunctional family is don't talk, don't trust, don't feel. And one could easily make the argument that you have a limited capacity or ability to make yourself vulnerable emotionally.
Uh-huh.
Is that a fair statement?
No.
Okay.
I make myself available emotionally a lot, but only not like publicly. like I've been very open with people, you know?
Well, I mean with
girls.
One woman.
Of course.
Let's take a vote of everybody else in the room there.
Uh-huh.
How many people agree with what Ann is saying?
Yeah.
What? I tapped out a while ago.
That he makes himself emotionally vulnerable to women.
I do, though. I've been the sap in many a relationship.
You've put yourself out there?
I put myself out there.
All right.
I've laid it all on the line. Any other cliches you need from me? No. Why does it always have to be a mommy issue, too? The first thing he brings up is a mommy issue. It's like, oh, do you resent your mother for not being there? So, no, it never even fucking crossed my mind.
Anthony,
I had a
great
great time in California with my dad. It was fun till Daddy took the T-Bird away. And then I came out to New York, and it was more fun with my family and friends. And it's still fun.
Okay, all I have to go on is the stories you've shared on the air. And the
what, the dad stories don't sound fun?
No. A lot.
Except being called a faggot and pissy-eyed. I'll give you something to cry about.
Is how your father was really, very very stern and the sitting at the wall.
Anthony, you're my son. Oh, no. Yeah.
Well, all I'm drawing from is what you've put out there. It's not a very good sample size.
It's pretty good, I think. I think it's any kid growing up, especially then, it was kind of a weird thing.
Therapists don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
They go to the flow chart.
That's so stupid.
It's like, we're going to do this. And
how do you make a living with this horse shit?
With this psychobabble drivel.
You're as bad as the Long Island Medium. Filled with fucking lies.
A shyster.
You're a shyster. Why do you think you feel that way?
Do you think it's resentment? No, I think it's just because, after being in a relationship for a little while, you don't want to be in it anymore. That's my fucking take.
All right.
Good enough.
Actually, I like therapy. I should have shut my mouth, but I guess I don't like you stupid therapists that call the show and think you know us.
Well, all we have to go on is what we hear, which is obvious.
Well, there's a lot more to us than what you hear.
Once you hear a train bearing down on you, go on that.
Do you still need a DJ for your party?
Why? What are you, a psychiatrist DJ?
Yeah.
I DJ'd for 30 years.
You gotta have
parties and nightclubs.
Did you DJ because your mother, you resented the fact that she played music you didn't want to hear?
Yes, or that your father struck her repeatedly in the skull with the radio?
You needed to take control of the radio.
Yes, because your mother would say, "Can we listen to this?" And your father would go, "No, bitch," and he'd knock the radio off. Right. So now you want to play those songs for your mother?
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, sir. I don't need
the
a
offer's
DJ.
good.
I don't need a DJ. I'm just gonna go with the Sonos system and play some music and have fun.
He needs a DJ.
That's it.
All right, guys, I'm punching out. Take it easy.
You punch yourself.
Thanks, Steve. Always a pleasure when you call
sir.
the Opie and Anthony show.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.
What a fun time.
I would have gave you an Xbox, but...
Oh, you can't give that Xbox.
Well, I mean, they're hanging up a little too fast. How about we clear the lines and give out an Xbox One?
Clear the field. Some men are going to do some drinking.
Today's show. Clear the lines.
There's,
is there a tagline for the Xbox One, Sergeant?
It's okay.
Now, only $399.
Well, they're trying. This is a tagline for it.
Oh.
Ooh. West Palm Beach, July 10th through 12th. I don't know why they would put that.
Why would they do that?
San Francisco, August 7 through 9. In Cobbs and Dallas, August 21 through 23 at the Odyssey.
Oh! Hey, everybody. Xbox One, the best games, the most advanced multiplayer, now starting at just $399. And it's your chance to win one, I guess, huh?
Yeah, Jeff, Tom's River.
Hey, good morning, boys. Yeah, that Sonos system is pretty awesome, isn't it?
Love it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Love it. Yeah.
By the way, you're not winning the Xbox One. For some reason, your phone was on.
Oh, man.
That's, I've been married 20 years, believe in lust and lust, and a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Right.
Oh, that's disgusting, sir.
And you know what it's like watching...
We all know you can only be with the 2-year-old for 2, and you have the 10-year-old for 10. Yeah, so what'd you do with the other 8 years?
Which one is love and which one is lust?
Right.
You sicko.
Now it's lust. And I would love the Xbox One to last another 20 years.
Oh, I see.
Come on.
Oh, I see what's going to happen.
Did you see what he did there?
So much.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you see what happened? I think I did. Oh, man. Oh, you poor man. Oh, there we go.
All right.
All right, everybody. Another bang-up show, right?
Yeah, that should hold the fuckers.
Are we still on? All right,
we're on! Oh, my God.
Shit!
The Opie and Anthony show is drawn to a close. Stay tuned